Okay, I just clicked it. So give it a couple seconds. Let me know if it pops up.
Yeah, there you go.
Sweet. Hey, everybody, welcome to Town Hall Tuesday. Ryan is going to be here just a few minutes. He said he'll be right on time. So as soon as he pops in, it'll kind of make a click in my ear. I'll hear it, and I'll populate him into here. Meanwhile, please share the stream, like it, everything. Both of our channels. You know, I'm not. I don't care if you want to watch Tommy's. That's fine. If you want to watch mine, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. We are a team. We're basically business partners at this point, like he said the other week.
Sir.
So, Tommy, what I was just saying to give us something.
Will you hand me a joint?
Oh. Well, we got to start off good.
Sorry.
Sorry. That's so weird because if I did that, I would get arrested. That's funny.
Yeah, see, I don't live in Texas.
That's ridiculous. So what I was telling everybody, Tommy, is we're gonna do the super chats at the very end, so I don't have to panic or struggle. At the very end, I'll put up a window, we'll pull them all up and everything like that. But what I was telling them, Tommy, was the best thing I ever seen you do was hand out the food and stuff to the homeless. And if a certain group of people were as righteous and good and on the correct side as they claim to be, they would go out there with you with their own cart and join you. No flags, no bullshit, no macing people, no fighting. Go feed the homeless. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Your buddies over there, all of them.
Any of them.
I don't want to give him any credence. You know, the birthday girl herself.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to give him any time, but I'm just saying like if they were really that, go out there and do that. Show the whole country why Portland's so good, right?
Yeah.
And why they're so good.
Portland's a shithole.
See, I like this. I like this. Promote Tommy Boy. What do you think hell I've been doing? Promote Tommy Boy like a professional wrestler, though, for real. T-shirts, merchandise, merchandising. You come to the right Jew for merchandising.
What then? We have 4 minutes on Trump's countdown. Oh, we have 4 minutes on Trump's countdown.
It's a 2-week ceasefire.
Oh, so okay. A 2-week ceasefire between Iran and Israel, or Iran and America, or
Iran and everybody, man. Because
because
the last thing I heard on where I was watching Portland Andy,
just bomb Israel? Didn't Israel?
Iran
just bomb Israel.
I was watching Portland Andy's stream earlier, and I saw like they had launched missiles at Israel, and I'm like, so I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know. They called Trump's bluff. I was saying, like, honestly, like, Tommy, I love Trump, I do, but I didn't sign up to nuke anybody.
No,
honestly, I taking out the leader, oppressing, de-oppressing the people. Fine, I'm all with it. North Korea can be next, but nuking, I'm not really on board for all that, man. I gotta be honest.
It's not the citizens' fault. You know, it's the radical Islam there. I mean, I agree with taking out anybody and everybody that's associated with the radical Islamic regime, but that's not, you know,
we're gonna
that's very different.
We're gonna call it Amacher and see what he says. I decided.
It's Amacher.
Amacher, are you sure?
No.
I can see
Amacher, same thing. Same shit, different name. Oh.
Yeah, but so Ed Eagle says he was never going to nuke him, for fuck's sakes. But Ed Eagle, but if we were ever going to have a president who might do some crazy shit like that, Trump's the guy. I mean,
yeah,
Trump's the guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, he's in another thing right now. He's about to get out. He'll ding me. We have plenty of time. We can wait. So, are y'all gonna do that on a regular basis? Because we ought to try to see if what we could do though. I was thinking, how about this, Tommy?
Yeah.
How about this, Tommy? The night before y'all are gonna do that, or the morning of y'all are gonna do that. Why don't we do like a gaming stream fundraiser to raise money before you even go out? So then y'all can get pizzas or whatever else that, you know, go take a trip to the dollar store or like a Walmart or something like that, where you have like, oh, we made $500. Let's spend $500. What do you think about something like that? Were you?
Yeah,
is that too much?
No, we're already
like a Jerry Lewis telethon, but like, a little one.
We're gonna be doing it every week if we have the
Okay.
chance to do it.
So
We're
let's
already
take
getting
let's take
clothes and more
okay.
snacks and more water and soda and all that
Okay.
stuff.
So this is what you ought to do also for this, because you're getting clothing donations and stuff. A lot of people will send you stuff way before they'll send you money. You got to open up a P.O. box and post it and let people send you not used, brand new in the package. They can go buy the stuff like socks and whatever. And you might get a shit ton of stuff sitting there waiting for you that you can pass out.
Yeah.
I was just brainstorming earlier, like different ways of, because it seemed like you ran out of stuff and there was a lot of people.
Yeah, and we gave out 6 cases of soda, 3 huge bags of food, 3 bags of clothes, and we still have a bunch of clothes to take out still again. Emmy's been helping a lot. She's helped get it all set up, and now we're gonna try to do it every week on Thursday or Friday.
Okay. Well,
any donations that we make on that day that we're doing it, any donations that we make on that day are gonna be recycled and gone back into doing it again the next week.
I'm just saying, like, it would be nice going into it knowing what those donations are, and not like, I know you're like doing it while you're doing it, and you can still do that while you're doing it, but beforehand, you and me and Ramsey and whoever else, right? We can play a game together and just have it as a fundraiser. People can come in, ask questions, whatever. I mean, we can figure out something out. I mean, we can discuss the details. And
we can have a town hall on Thursday with me and Shane and Tinkerton and you.
Yeah, let's do that. And I think probably, what about Scuba Steve? Because he was asking me about it. Maybe he can
Scuba Steve would be good.
Maybe he can join us on Thursday, because he was asking me about a town hall Tuesday, but then he was asking me maybe Thursday. So maybe in 2 days from now we can do that and have either him, or I was thinking maybe, even though we did a town hall with Danny recently, considering he just had that situation, bring him on to see how he's doing, or something like that. I mean, we can figure something out.
I'm always down to have Danny and Chris on for sure.
Stinkerton.
We can have a panel with like 6 of us and just bullshit,
I can in StreamYards we can put up to 10 people. I think that's too much, but that's too much. Is
StreamYards what you use to like bring up the chat and shit on the
no.
What do you use to bring up the chat and all that shit
it's called Social Chat Ninja, and it's a Chrome extension. And I'm gonna have to help you like offline do it. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's complicated. But once you get it set up, you should be good to go. But I can show you. I mean, I already figured out the complicated part, so I can show you. It's easy.
Yeah, we can just do it on Discord. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking I'm gonna get. I think Soupy said that he would help me out and pay for the StreamYards, and that way I can start doing it through my end once I learn.
Hold on. Also, actually. Maybe Soupy could, like, you want to pay for stuff like that yourself because it's a tax write-off at the end of the year. The StreamYards, any sort of CapCut, like if you buy the extra video editing, if you bought a new computer, any equipment you bought, it's all tax deductible now because you're going to have to report your earnings to the IRS.
Yeah.
At the end of the year. So keep all that.
I've been talking to somebody for my taxes. Ghostface wife owns her own company, and she's going to help me with my taxes and all that stuff. She knows we've already been talking about it.
If Subi wants to help you, maybe he can help you in some sort of like indirectly paying for it and not directly, because you want to have that bill on your. Because I do that with StreamYards. It's StreamYards, this thing we use right here is
like $80 a month. Yeah,
$88 a month.
Yeah, all my receipts are digital, anyways. Like no matter what, if I use my card, I automatically got the receipt.
Oh yeah, Ricky, it's way more than 12K is like a month or two. It's 12K. Yeah, it's way more than 12K, and so we have to report it. But like I bought a new computer. I mean, I have like, you can write off a portion of your internet, your electricity, all the equipment you bought, the chair and all the everything, every single thing.
Okay.
Everything, even your gaming stuff, like, because I mean, you make money playing games, right? Sometimes.
Yeah. I'm going to have to figure out how to keep all the receipts in one place.
I mean, just take a picture of them and put it on the computer, or
Yeah.
get yourself a thumb drive so it's secured. You know. Hi, Paul.
Yeah.
Hi, Polly. Hi, Prank. Hi, everybody. We don't mean to ignore you. We're just waiting for Ryan to come on in.
Discord banning people.
Here we go.
Roots or Roots is better.
Here we go. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got some water in my AirPods in. Sometimes it kind of goes in and out.
Hey guys,
what up, Ryan?
Hey, what's up?
Everybody, welcome, Ryan. Thank you guys for joining us for Town Hall Tuesday. Ryan, thanks for doing this. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
First of all, I love that hoodie you're wearing.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Quality Leering Center.
Hey,
I brought it to me for us to
Richard's
smoke.
birthday?
Oh shit.
Richard.
I mean, I'm probably not because it's close to ice, and that dude Terrell Bowie will be there. So I mean, I don't know, probably not.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm not announcing anything that I do anymore because that dude, you know.
So, Ryan, for the people who don't know you very well and they've only seen you a couple of times, are you from Portland? You how long? If not, how long have you lived there?
Yeah. I was actually born in Eugene. I grew up in Lake Oswego, which is like a 10-minute drive from the Portland facility.
Cool. Okay, so you're a native Portland.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Portlandian? What is it? Portlandier?
He said unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, hold on. Tell me something you like about Portland.
People watching is always fun to do.
People watching. Yeah, keep Portland weird used to be a thing. Y'all did a good job.
Yeah, it's gotten weirder. Like, I'll confront it back to like when I was like turned 21, I came back from I graduated from U of L. When I came home from the summer, me and my buddies would go downtown every Friday, Saturday night, and it was relatively safe. You didn't have all these weirdos. It wasn't like I will not step foot downtown in Chinatown, which is kind of like bar area. It's transformed from being relatively okay and safe and be able to get home to now I wouldn't. You would.
Tommy, your keyboard's really loud. You have a better
chance of winning the lottery of not stepping on like broken needles and crap.
So I live in Houston, Texas, and there's a place in Austin called The Drag, and there's another place called 6th Street, which is like the party street. And in the 90s and in like the early 2000s, it was very safe and just like you're saying, like just a party atmosphere, people watching some blue-haired freaks with the mohawks, but nothing, nothing violent, nothing. And now you can't even go there.
Is it everything on the 35? Is it like, is that kind of gentrified now, or is it?
Well, Austin is the new California, I guess. It's the new Silicon Valley. It's Austin, Texas is that's where Joe Rogan's podcast is from. That's where Kill Tony is at. That's where all the, they have a slogan. I'm not joking, guys. Keep Austin weird. That's not a joke. So
I'm going to Kill Tony here pretty soon in the next week or two, I think.
You may not believe this, but I think you could get up there and do 1 minute.
I'm going to Kill Tony. I'm going to be in the second row.
You should put your name in the bucket.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
So Ryan, how long have you been going out to ICE, and what originally made you start going out there?
Yeah, I'll give you some more background.
Sure.
So, 2024, I actually worked on the Trump campaign so traditionally after Labor Day, they kind of when campaign season really goes, like people actually pay attention for Labor Day. September, first week of September. Yeah, it also happens to be the first. Is usually when the campaign.
Are they coming to arrest one of y'all?
Me.
No, that's outside my house.
Oh. I just hear sirens.
Come from Leilani, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, anyways, I 24 joined the Trump campaign, did advance. And basically what advance is, not like JD Vance, but advance, is we would set up the Trump rally. We'd go there wherever. The first time I went was Traverse City, Michigan. And we'd basically go a week before the rally, which happened to be on Friday, and we helped set it up kind of, do logistics about it, set everything, all the vendors, everything, trying to get everyone in there safely. That happened to be the date that the Joe Rogan interview. So we didn't get out till like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. It was late. But so after we won on November 4th, went to West Palm, didn't go Mar-a-Lago or anything. It wasn't that important. But I was actually up for because all the workers are the campaign officials that work for the campaign. We had to fill out a form saying, hey, if you want to work in DC in one of the agencies, which ones you want to do. So naturally, I picked Homeland Security. But unfortunately, with our government, we have, I'm sure you've seen all the funding mishaps, DHS. Just to get my name, I actually interviewed on Inauguration Day, and I had a second one interview back in March, almost a year ago, and then one closer to June. It's a total mess. I've always worked on campaigns, and so at that point, but the reason I went down to ICE and this was after the first No King's Day this would have been June 14th. I just kind of went down there just to see what was going on, and seeing that maybe, and I'll say this selfishly, but seeing how I can improve my, get my application moved up the ladder, or trying to get noticed. And it turns out that that it was a bigger mess than I thought. And I actually got to go through a couple. I had like 2 tours of the ICE building. Got to go on the roof, and it's a clean, immaculate operation. There's there's cameras on every wall there. So if you
on the inside,
yes, yeah. So there was
not so much on the outside.
Right. I hope they replaced them, but like some gal a couple weeks ago was saying that she was sexually assaulted in there. There's no way you can get away with that. There's cameras everywhere. So it's just a bunch of bullshit. They just like to lie about ICE. But anyways, I went down there. My cousin was down there, and she was undercover for, I'm talking about in Black Bloc. And they didn't find her. I don't think she was with Honey Badger Mom, but they didn't actually find out who they were until they started seeing the clips online. And then they started doing pull your mask down. We want to see who it is. So Antifa was actually doing ID check, and we all know they love doing IDs.
Yep.
That was
probably creating borders.
Right. Yeah. Creating borders, walls. So this is back middle of July. And so then I kept going down, making sure, and I've had my own interactions with Antifa, put it that way.
Yeah. I've seen some of the videos.
Yeah. They are a bunch of misguided misfits that don't know what they're doing. It's just
you beat up 5. The clip I saw, you beat up 5 of them all at one time.
Yeah, they took
Ryan's not a little guy, bro.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. So I'm just I think I went to the other day. I went to the doctor, 290. Still needed to slim down. But I used to play. I walked on and play football at Oregon. So I was a lineman first year of college. So that's another. I was really good at football.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's a big boy, and all them dudes out there are just they're soy boys. There's no testosterone in their bodies. The only way they get tough is if they're in a big group. And if you're a big dude like me or Ryan, that big group of those little soy boys really isn't going to do much once you start throwing them around.
The thing you have to worry about is if they come up from behind you with a mace.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I worry about.
That's what they just did that to him.
Yeah, it just happened to me on Saturday.
You saw what you were messaging me where they were at. I didn't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
the mayor's house thing.
And then they cry victim. All we do is go there and record and show what's happening. And they get upset about that. They get upset that we're exposing exactly what they're doing, and they don't want us there recording. So they get butthurt and they start using physical violence instead of their words. Yeah. And it's been like that from the very beginning. I wish, honestly, my biggest regret about this whole thing is not being out there with you guys sooner than I was. I should have stood up sooner with you guys as soon as I knew that was happening out there. Before Charlie Kirk was murdered, I should have been out there doing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
now.
But you might not be in the situation you're in now. You went at the time that God wanted you to go. I'm a firm believer in God gives you what you need, not what you want.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was a fire for sure. And I'm sure Ryan felt the same way, especially after they attacked Katie and
Yeah.
Honey Badger,
and now
it's
Nico with the thing.
and Nico,
Oh
yeah,
my
they
gosh.
hate Nico. And Nico, if you know Nico, then you would know she's the quiet, nicest person ever. So for her to be attacked like that when all she was doing was
Yeah.
standing in front of her own building recording, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, no,
unreal.
and I actually took her. I personally I drove her to the ER that night, and it was not pretty looking at that
No.
huge gash, and the lady that I'll say the alleged, because allegedly it's not filed in the court law yet, but she posted the picture of Nico's gash on her face as her profile picture just
Yep,
to
she did.
like
Yep,
what a
I seen
scumbag.
it. Yep, just like Will did with my black eye and shit.
Yeah,
They want to be tough. They want to act like they're cool, but we all know that they're far from it.
yeah.
Far from it.
And I've watched so much of this. I feel like I know. I mean, I've never even been to Portland, but I care so much because it's still the United States. We are all currently one country. And I'd like to keep it
For right
that
now,
way.
yeah.
I'd like to keep it that way, but I
For
really
now,
honestly,
yeah.
I don't know how I can never sit down. Like there's never going to be a scenario where we can all hang out with Mike and Pam and Chandler and just have a good time. That's 20 years from now. It's still never going to happen. I don't know what we're
Yeah,
gonna.
time has passed.
What do you think
Like I was
we
on
should?
Pam's live,
What do
and
you-
she. Oh, go ahead, Tommy.
No, I was gonna say, what do you think we should do? But say what you're gonna say first.
Well, there's a huge misconception. Like, I consider myself a conservative and like a nationalist, but there is a difference between liberals and leftists. You can sit
Yeah.
down and have a coffee or a cup of tea with a liberal. They're somewhat you can have a conversation, but leftists the goal of Antifa, especially those people that go down there, they want to abolish ICE and have like a communist revolution down there. That's that's their ultimate goal, is to overthrow the government and have some Stalinist, Maoist kind of style of government where it's how they did. They want a dictatorship, and I'll go on a limb and say, like, we might have to, in order to save our democracy, we might have to postpone elections or do something so these idiots don't get in power, because they're gonna everything. They're going to undo every executive order. If there's another Democrat president, they're going to undo everything. They're going to put Trump on trial for impeachment for the third time. It's just these people they're insane, and it's really Trump derangement syndrome.
They're gonna do everything that they're trying to accuse us of doing to them.
Yeah.
They literally say on a daily basis that they want to put Trump supporters and MAGA and people who care about their country in concentration camps and get rid of them.
That's not going to happen to me. I will die.
No.
I will die in a
That's what our
firefight
Second
way
Amendment
before.
is for.
I'm Jewish. I'm not going to
But-
fucking camp, bro. I'm not doing that.
But it really is. They really are projectionists. They say that we want these things for them. We don't want these people in internment camps. We don't want them. We just want them to care about America. We just want them to want what's best for America. How can anybody be against making America great again? The only reason why
They're
they
brain
are is
dead.
because it's Donald Trump doing it.
They're
You know,
TDS.
Yeah, if he cured cancer tomorrow, they would say
You're
he's
repeating
trying
it.
to-
you're racist.
Yeah, you're repeating things I've said 1,000 times. I really have. Like I say, if Donald Trump could cure cancer on Christmas morning, and they'd still bitch about it.
Yeah,
they kind of did that with the COVID vaccine.
Yep.
They didn't want to take it.
Yeah. But it's my body, my choice, right? But we have to. We're forced to take a COVID vaccine that's not even like verified. It was like the fastest ever made vaccine ever. There was no trials for it, nothing like that. Experimental vaccine, and we had to take it. Servicemen and women lost their jobs for not taking it. Healthcare workers lost their jobs for not taking it. But yet they want to say my body, my choice, when it is actually my body and not another innocent baby inside the womb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's these people's.
That's what don't get.
hypocrites.
That's what they don't
They're
get.
hypocrites.
They don't get just such common sense. Ryan, you're not your mom. Tommy, you're not your mom. I'm not my mom. I'm a separate person.
Yeah.
My body by choice. Sure, that's fine. Go have at it. I can dye my hair blue. I can cut my finger off if I wanted to. But it's my body. It's my body. Like
I had a fake split, so I got away with it.
Yeah. I
You know, the
I'm glad
COVID,
I never got
the
the
co,
Yeah.
vaccine.
the
I never got
vaccines,
it.
me neither. The vaccine's messed up. Let me tell you a 30-second story.
My wife
I,
works, she's a medical assistant, and she had to get it.
mm,
Otherwise, they were
Oh
going to
no.
fire her
oh
from her
shit.
job out here, you know?
Damn. I have a
And
friend.
I hated that she had to do it.
I had a friend. She never had COVID, but she took the vaccine. Then her feet and her toes went numb. Then her legs went numb. She was in a wheelchair for 2 years, and now she's dead. No other
Yep.
medical issue other than that. So I have so many people that have some. I know a lot of people that have the same sort of like heart situation. I don't know the proper term for it, but they have the same
It's
problem with their heart.
yeah, it's myocarditis.
Myocarditis.
There you go.
Something like that.
There you go. There you go.
Myocarditis or whatever.
Thank you. I don't know.
Yeah, the vaccine caused all kinds of issues in all kinds of people. And they separated like the elderly that were passing away. They didn't get to the husbands and wives didn't get to see each other for their last moments for
I would
weeks
have.
and weeks at a time.
I would.
You know, like how sad is that? You know, if they're already I just don't understand. We went to a dark place.
They have assisted suicide or I think it's called death with dignity. Like they'll in state of Oregon, especially that they'll allow you if you're. I don't think you even have to be older, but it's mainly older people that you can basically take assisted suicide and die, and so they don't care about your life.
I don't think that's okay. You know, in Canada now, that assisted suicides, those assisted suicide places, it accounts for like 20% of deaths in Canada now. I just seen a YouTube video or a video about it the other day. Assisted suicide, because it's legal to do assisted suicide or self in Canada now, and there's like 20% of the deaths in Canada now are assisted suicide. Are like it's
I don't know where they
just
went wrong.
crazy. How could bro? Since we're not dogs, we don't get put down.
Like Dr. Kevorkian.
You know, like that's just crazy.
Somebody said like Dr. Kevorkian. I don't know if y'all know who that is.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Dr. Kevorkian. Yeah, he was a doctor that assisted with suicides back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy to me.
I'm sure you guys saw Nick Shirley's expose and all the not even about the Smalley fraud, but the hospice fraud that was going on in LA.
Yeah.
We know we know the solution to how to fix this. We deport them and we repealed it. It goes back to 1965. That it's the Hart-Celler Immigration Act. Basically, they went from mainly European immigration back in the 20s all the way to the 50s to now you can, from the third world, you can bring your cousins, your family, everyone. They need to get rid of that. And all that fraud we see, it's not by mistake. It's by that's how it's supposed to be. It's by design. And I have a feeling all that money that's been defrauded out to taxpayers somehow is trickling over to the NGOs and all these protests because it's not organic at all.
No, they have 24-hour. They have 24-hour return on like professional science with websites on the bottom.
They're not organic. All these signs are made well before this shit happens.
But
we see it.
Like they had with like Iran and all that stuff. Within 24 hours, they had like brand new signs.
Yeah,
they had like all kinds of shit. That's what you do. You go to Portland. You know, you open up a sign and a costume shop. You're a millionaire.
Yeah, you'll probably see the Cuba signs out next.
Yep. Trump's gonna free Cuba next.
So, Ryan, I have a question. So Tommy had his viral moment that kind of put him on the map. Other people have had their moments. Scuba Steve with the pain a couple weeks ago, and a few other people. What would you say was? I know you've had a lot of crazy moments out there. I've seen a lot of the videos. What would you? Does one stick out to you as like the most crazy night or the most crazy experience you've had out there, or it's all kind of rolls into one?
I've had a lot of assist moments. So I don't know, Right Side Rebel. So I'll give you some backup, but I'll go into the kind of the moment I think. But that moment that the Right Side Rebel was on, I think she punched Beans or Sabrina.
Yeah,
I'll give you some context of what happened because I was in there. Everyone saw the beginning. Chandler was yelling at me, which Chandler is now going to be. It might be for harassment, or I don't think they're going to get an assault. But a couple weeks ago, we can talk about that later. But when he insulted me, but. Go back to October, that moment where Chandler was yelling at me. So 15 minutes before that, I was walking across the street, and this is when Antifa still had their encampment on the side, on the side Tommy's on, and when they had that encampment up. I was walking towards past the ditch. She came walking towards me, asking, "What are you doing? What are you fucking doing on our? This is our sidewalk." I go, "No, it ain't." And then she comes up and like starts getting like kind of physical, pushing me. She didn't assault me or anything, nothing like that. But she came up and was kind of giving me the shoulder and like pushed me with her hand. I said, I might have put up with that during the summer, but I was like, no, not anymore. So literally, I pushed her back, and she went flying, of course. And then she got up and goes, "Oh, you assaulted me!" And then she threw her megaphone at me. And I was like, "Oh no, bitch, you ain't." So then I grabbed the megaphone and I smashed it in the middle of the street. And so that's kind of what precipitated what happened, that conversation with me and Chandler. That's why Chandler's still pissed.
Yeah, Chandler's always pissed.
And I remember that because I was streaming. I had a lot of viewers at that moment when they were going through all that. I replayed Chandler choking her on a loop.
Yeah.
On my stream for 6 hours. Yeah.
It was. He was like.
She choked the shit out of her.
You could see the look on his face in that video. He was like trying
SSRIs,
to choke her,
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't look at that close.
I'll have to say,
Yeah.
I looped it and played it on my stream just in the corner for like 6 hours, just a continuous loop of him choking her and pulling, and you could see him like wrench back. I was actually a wrestler, so I like know a lot about headlocks and shit.
Oh, I did too.
No, he was a professional wrestler.
I was in the NWA for 15 years and an active wrestler for almost 18. So every person in the chat right now is rolling their eyes because I lean into that shit.
Yeah, he used to wear pink spandex.
That's not true. It was blue and black.
I wrestled 2 years in high school.
Oh, cool.
I was all right. I was like my best was like third in state.
Nice.
I just didn't stay in shape for football. But,
my wrestling trainer, who's no longer alive, his name is Tugboat Taylor. He was an alternate in the 1988 U.S. Olympics for wrestling. So over 50% of my training down at our gym was mat, Greco-Roman, real wrestling, not drop kicks and crap like that. Real wrestling. So because in the ring, you sometimes you gotta take control and.
Right.
I mean, some people got,
No, I like to position my body weight, and so all these guys that I've gotten in a tussle with down there, they don't know how to use their. They don't really. Well, first of all, they don't know how to fight, but
right.
No,
I see that. I see that when to see Chandler and what's a Cleveland Brown guy, Tupac. He punched you, Tommy. He punched you like a. I got a 12-year-old girl who can punch harder.
I beat that fool up while I was getting jumped by all his friends, bro.
Tommy beat that guy up while 9 other people were currently attacking Tommy.
While they were smashing my megaphone over my back.
Yeah,
how many phones and megaphones have you gone through, Tommy?
That's a good question.
I've been through 3 phones.
1 car, 3 phones.
I've been through probably 1 car. I've been through like shit tons of megaphones, at least 4 or 5. Tripods, I lost count. Now I have to have backups. I bought one from one of the homeless dudes yesterday. They destroy all kinds of I've gone through like 5
That's
screen protectors on my phone, like just
how many gimbals? Like 3 or 4, right?
2 gimbals
or like the
DJI gimbal, and the
Pulse.
very first one from the first dude that I had to fight, the one I went viral for in front of ICE. And you're right, the inside of ICE is pristine, bro. It was super nice, and those ICE agents inside there, nicest people ever, bro. They were based as fuck. It was pretty cool.
Danny Rebels in the chat, what's up, bro? He said, Clyde, you needed to teach me and Tommy some grappling moves. Like I am so far ahead of you. I have already looked up Oregon Pro Wrestling. It's a real place. It's an actual wrestling school. I'm going to reach out to them. So when I come there, we're going to do a clinic. I'm going to rent their facility and their ring for a couple hours. And we're going to learn some things that I won't tell you on here.
Yeah.
Danny,
I don't want to wrestle
on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to wrestle because when you end up wrestling and going on the ground back and forth, especially when there's a bunch of them, you're going to get pepper sprayed like a motherfucker.
Okay, but if they push into you, though, you don't want to be the one on the bottom. All I'm saying is
I'm a big guy, and I've been fighting my whole life. Not
well, there's
professionally,
nobody really
but
down
I
there
can
that can match
stand
both
up,
of your
you know.
size. I mean, I'm thinking about all the people. Well, Mike's the only one, and he can't even get up.
It's going to be hard for you to throw me on the ground. Any of those people out there, it's going to be hard for them to throw me on the ground if they grab a hold of me. I know how to distribute my weight to where I'm not like getting chucked, you know.
I'm gonna ignore what you just
said. So
I'm gonna keep
from
my
two blocks or 200 feet to now it's 3 blocks. Can you contest your? Because it sounds like you had a shitty lawyer. Can you still?
You think?
Yeah. Can you still contest it, or I know was it a plea deal or?
It was a plea deal. Yeah, they made me plead out. I pled out to the disorderly, and they dropped the assault and the other disorderly. And they said if I didn't plead out to it, that they were just going to take me to trial for all 3. They weren't going to let me do the civil compromise or whatever. So they were going to charge me for all 3. And my lawyer basically said, like, we're in Portland. He said if we were up in Oregon City or anywhere else besides Multnomah County and Portland, he would feel confident going to trial. But all he has to do, just like they did with the Nick Sorter case, is just show, hey, this dude's a Trump supporter. Look at the stuff he says, and any jury in this county is going to find me guilty. You know, so I just couldn't take the risk. But my lawyer also said that it was the same conditions as what I'm on right now before I took the plea. You know, that's why I signed it, is because I figured I'd still be able to go to Patriot Corner.
Right. Why did they change it?
You know, I don't know.
You got to be careful though you got to be careful when they give you a distance. You got to be careful when they give you a distance like 3 blocks or 2 blocks.
Well, they got very specific in the court.
Well,
it's very specific.
Okay, because is it like from the building corner? Is it from the building property corner? Is it from the right of way of the street? Is it from the intersection of the street? You know what I'm saying? Like,
specific.
If you take one step this way, you're fucked. Like, what do you? Like, it
says within 3 blocks of the United States Immigration Customs Enforcement building, restricted area is defined as followed: from 4380 South Moody Avenue to where South Moody Avenue intersects with South Macadam Avenue, from intersection of South Moody Avenue and South Macadam Avenue along South Macadam Avenue to South Lowell Street, then along South Lowell Street to S. Bond Avenue, then along S. Bond Avenue to S. Bancroft Street, then along S. Bancroft Street to the trolley tracks and all land areas on either side of the trolley tracks, along those tracks and all land areas on either side of the tracks to 4380 South Moody.
What the fuck does along mean? What the fuck? How do you adjust? How do you measure that?
Tesla, right?
Huh?
You can't even be at Tesla?
No, I don't know. I haven't looked at the map to see, because that's hella confusing.
What are these words like? Along and near and intersection? You're on foot. You're on foot. Like what? Yeah, exactly. What are they talking about? The intersection of the street. So you have to measure from the your best decision you ever made was to stop going down. He can't hear me. The best decision you ever made was to stop going down there. They were going to do everything they can to get you to violate that shit.
There's one thing you could do. You can be right there. And you said you've been doxxed at your apartment.
Yeah.
Well, I know there's a place where there's a lot of empty vacancies that they're looking for tenants.
Yeah, I need to find a place.
Talk offline. Yeah, talk offline about that. But yeah,
not by eyes. That's
not by eyes.
And we don't want another apartment.
Well, no. If you say if you got an apartment there, they can't tell you can't move there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but temporarily though, you might. I mean, have you had?
You just go on your balcony and film.
Yeah, no, it's not worth the drama for my wife, and my dog's a psycho. But that, I mean, that is pretty funny.
That's crazy.
It's honestly at this point, I don't know if I want to be there anyways. You know, if it's gonna be crazy at ICE, I could just sit at home and live stream it and show what's happening through whoever else is there.
Well, I don't know why y'all stopped doing it. Maybe because I don't know what it was, but that whole thing where you were on the loudspeaker out there trolling them live. I know there's a delay. Maybe you could use Discord. And maybe there wouldn't be a delay, but we can work that out. We can figure something out.
Couldn't figure it out for some reason.
Yeah, but we can work. But you can do that like from their house. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to be out in live you can figure that out off a line and
Yeah.
get it to work good, because your voice out there live yelling at all them, oh my God, they were so triggered.
Yeah, and just because I'm out there, I'm not out there, doesn't mean that the Patriots that been going out there and recording and showing what's happening out there, I don't think they should stop, especially like on the protest nights, the Fridays and Saturdays. Go. I still encourage all the Patriots to go in a group and go out there and make sure they're recording their crimes. You know, I don't want the Patriots to stop going out there just because
they do a pretty good job on recording their own crimes and posting it online.
Well, they've also proved
pretend media now.
Yeah. Nathan Hot Dogs.
He's always pointing at the front.
Well, and they did a good job just recently, and that's some of the things I'm going to show you when we do our little picture game. We have a little game we play. We'll show you pictures and get your reaction to them. But you know, they did a good job the other night of showing that even when you guys all don't go out there, they still tear shit the fuck. I think it was even worse because you weren't out there because there was no one to stop them or show opposition. They went crazy. I mean, I know you saw some of the stuff. They went crazy.
Car surfing, yeah.
Oh yeah. Cars.
Yeah.
Broad daylight cars. To do that shit in Houston, you get run the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm surprised that officer didn't take
Yeah.
Oh, that for the guy's car though. It was terrible.
So what do you think they're gonna do to Chan Diddler about assaulting you?
So when I actually went to Nick Sorter's trial.
Yeah.
And the DA's office was on the 3rd floor. Now I wanted to get him for an assault, but when I was talking to the DA, they're like, "Oh, we might just get him for harassment and disorderly conduct." Just so he might be off the hook in that point. But what you got to do is when you upload the documents, the video to the text message, you have to follow up with the actual office. You need to call them and say, "Hey, I want to pursue charges."
Yeah,
because otherwise it just goes out in the ether and nothing happens.
Exactly. Yeah, I found that out the hard way too. You know, I'm still waiting for the DA. Yeah, it's stupid. They should be the ones following up. Once we file a police report, why do we have to call the DA and make sure that doesn't make no sense, you know?
And if you go back last fall, I've been assaulted. I have a list of all these police numbers. I probably don't have more than 10. But the one case that they do pursue was the Terrell Bowie, the urine where he allegedly threw urine, which I don't even know. It happened so quick. I don't know if it was even him. But they chose to prosecute that case, but there's so many other ones that are more violent. It blows my mind. I don't know how that works.
It's stupid. Hey, I heard that somebody said that dude that happened after I knocked him out, right?
Yeah.
So somebody was saying, well, I don't know if it was you or somebody else that was saying that he might have thought that you were me.
Yeah, he got in my face. He was getting all angry. Like, I was like, who the fuck are you? Yeah, he thought, because we were wearing a white shirt that night.
Yeah. He was one of the very first ones, the very first day that I went out. He was one of the very first ones to get in my face and act stupid and say, hey, we're going to Charlie Kirk you, you're next, and threatening me and all that shit. So,
but they're peaceful.
They're not peaceful. And he found out, you ain't going to, at that time, I didn't know how to act down there at that time. I didn't know how it was going to be. I was really fresh out there. And my instincts from growing up in California and having to handle myself the whole time I grew up, my instinct is if somebody's running at me who's already been threatening my life and threatening me for the last week is running up with the bear mace in their hand, I'm going to react before I let it get to that point, and that's exactly what happened is I reacted before he was able to get to me. And honestly, I didn't even really hit him that hard. And he was out for the cops literally said he was still sleeping whenever I got in the back of the cop car. They were talking for a good few minutes. And they were like, we're going to charge him with disorderly and something else. But the sergeant was like, no, he's still knocked out in the middle of the street. So we have to charge them with something. So they charged me with the least assault that the misdemeanor.
What about Captain Jerry?
When I heard that them say he's still knocked out in the street, I thought I was going to go to prison. I thought I really hurt that dude. It kind of scared the shit out of me.
And they have
but he's got a glass jaw.
So we kind of segued again. Ryan, were you done telling about your most top moment?
So
we kind of got off track a little bit.
I wouldn't say the moment with Serena or White Side Rebel, but probably the moment. I think you guys played it last week on the train tracks when like.
Yep.
And the reason I say that is because the feds use that in their case against as a reason to bring Bogard to Oregon. They used that specific case. I would have testified in court too, but they never did it. So maybe that was probably the most viral moment, but it wasn't like viral as Tommy's or Right Side Rebels. But
me being viral and Right Side Rebel being viral, you've been known out there from the beginning. Mm-hmm. You and Katie and Shelly are like the three that really started it, that started recording, and then slowly but surely everybody started seeing that you guys were getting attacked and all that stuff. So your guys' names are way more important, than anybody else's, I think.
And that's another thing. Well, thank you for saying that. Like the media, they didn't really. There was no media stories about what was going on down there until when they actually got bad. With Charlie died, and then when Honey made the announcement.
Yeah, I think Honey Badger Mom had a lot to do with originally going a little viral on X. That's how I found everything, was through her, through Matt Morris
when they attacked her
and all that stuff. Yeah.
A lot of people said, "Have you ever seen T-Sply?"
Oh yeah, he's a friend of mine.
Yeah. He's done a lot of good footage.
He's one of my mods.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's a really good friend of mine. Like we talk almost every single day. Shout out to T-Sply. Oh, no. He might actually be watching. He just had a brand new baby, so shout out to him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, congratulations.
So I'll introduce you to him. He'd love to meet you. So
what was your first experience with Maceface?
Oh, it was probably that night.
But yeah, I also want to hear about T-Spy.
Was the night when she got maced, and I didn't really have any. So she was making. Okay, so my first interaction, she was making fun of Savannah Hernandez, who came down.
I remember that night. I was there that night. She was all up in Savannah's face in front of ICE. I remember that. Yeah.
And it's like she was calling her. That's another thing. So she was calling Savannah ugly, and Savannah's a grown woman. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it was just insane. And so Savannah kept it cool, but then she was like, oh, I'm so hot, blah, blah, blah. She kept, for the longest time, I think she kind of got away with it. Like, oh, I'm a teenager, blah, blah, blah. No, you're 19. And
now she's 20.
We know a lot more now about her past and her family life, which I'll leave it at that.
Mila.
Leilani is actually her middle name.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not even her first name, but yeah, she was talking shit and she likes making fun of Katie. Like, well, I don't know why you would do that. You said another thing. Katie's never done a single thing to these people. I mean, I might have done a couple of things here and there, like, whatever. But yeah, there's so much hate on their side, and like they don't. Yeah. The reason is they don't like Katie's reporter. They don't like her, reporting on what's happening. It puts them in a bad light. If they want to assault her, you can assault me. I don't care. I can take it. But that night when she was up with that dude, and she was right in front of the FPS. That was my first interaction. The Maceface, and then the memes came out with Brazzers, and because she was drooling all over herself.
Yeah,
cool.
I can't breathe.
Yeah,
that
she's breathing.
Was fucking funny, dude. Her and her boyfriend at the time. We don't see that dude no more.
I haven't seen him either.
The dude that she was with, she must have broke his heart or something, because I haven't seen that dude since that.
Yeah, I haven't seen him either.
Up or whatever.
She's one of the few people that don't actually go in Black Bloc either.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody already knows her. I mean, even all the ones in Black Bloc at this point, I can tell who's who, even if they're in Black Bloc,
right?
Before I even talk to them, the eyes tell you everything. Like when we're all out there and everybody's in Black Bloc, even our side has masks on and stuff. When you're walking up, if I could see your eyes, then I could tell which side you're on just by the eyes, and that's pretty crazy to me.
Them SSRIs.
Yeah, you can tell our side from their side just by their eyes.
When they took down the encampment last fall, and they just basically took off, unveiled what was under. There was propane tanks, there was gasoline. You know, I think all these idiots were doing. Maybe a couple of them maybe doing drugs, but they had
Huffing gas.
huffing gas. They had lighters, and if something went wrong, and it lighted, the whole place would have gone up in flames and blown apart. It's just stupid how long they got away with it because the city enabled it.
I've asked every single Town Hall Tuesday guest this exact question. I'm gonna ask you too. What do you think has to happen to turn that intersection into just a normal street with zero activity?
Yeah, I think this is what I prefer. First, the Portland police need to do their job, and after the camera got taken down, I would say for a couple months they were there pretty much every night. Now I know it's like God is, it's always the same cops because they're dealing with the shortage, but and they're basically babysitting because these lunatics won't leave. And it's important. And they said, oh, it's only 1 to 2 block radius. So exactly, if it's a 1 to 2 block radius, then it should be easy. But if they can't, but if they can't do that, then they need to bring the National Guard in for someone. And there's other places in Portland that need help with the homeless and the drug, activity. Not just around the ICE building for National Guard.
No.
There's Portland. I'll put it in this perspective, this frame of reference. So last summer, almost a year ago, Oregon's tallest building. It was the former U.S. Bank Tower, the Pink Building downtown. I forget how many, like 70, 80 stories. 10 years ago, it sold for over $343 million. My late father used to do commercial real estate, and so I don't think he'd be able to survive in this climate in Portland. But last summer, it sold for like 43 million, like a tenth of the price. It's just showing you how. So if they're only the new buyer is only going to have to renovate it and stuff, but if they're only paid for a tenth of it, what's that telling all the other business owners around the area that are going to want? Hey, wait a second. If it's only a tenth of the value, they're going to ask for a reduction in their property taxes. Which means less money in the coffers of the city of Portland.
Or they're going to say no, and everybody's going to go bankrupt.
All the businesses are shutting down in Portland. There's so many empty stores. And now I seen something on the news that was saying that if you own an empty business in Portland or somewhere nearby, that they were going to charge you for the building being empty. So they're double fucking the business owners, basically.
You can't do.
Yeah, I mean, we live in Portland. They do what they want, obviously.
Yeah, when I lived in Portland a couple of years.
Well, I thought Trump was a king, though. But
yeah, what's funny about that? Like, did he say no King's Day? I agree with him because if you look at a king, king's only head of state. If you go to Europe, the king is basically basically a figurehead. They don't have any power. I don't want to be a president,
right?
Or a dictator.
Yeah, right. I wish Trump would be a dictator king for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, just fix the shit in his.
Yeah, they need to ran through the SAVE Act, and they
I just saw something that made me laugh.
They need to deport all these people because otherwise the frauds are going to continue. Like, I don't care what needs to be, how they do it. It just needs to be done.
Right. Yeah. We really don't have that. Like, we had an Iranian flag wave here in Houston a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. They handed out roses. They played music. They were there for like 5 hours. 0 protesters. So like when I see this, when Tommy and them went out and then like they showed up to burn the flags and stuff, I'm like, I don't see how you guys have even though Ryan, I know you get attacked and you attack back and you fight, but y'all still have so much more patience than I do. I don't see how you do it out there with them. Every time they burn a flag, I want to take care of it.
It's one of the things that's unfortunately
it's so hard
by their First Amendment.
Yeah, I know, but your First Amendment protects you from being prosecuted, not from me.
Yeah.
It is fucked up, but at this point they've done it so much that it's lost its symbolism. They're burning Chinese American flags.
Right.
They're burning flags that they can barely get them to light on fire.
Well, it's the same thing with all the words they call us all, like Nazi and fascism. They can't define, nor do they know the history of these words. but they've dumbed it down so much that Ryan, when they call you a Nazi, all they're saying is you don't agree with me. So now you're a Nazi.
Well,
I don't know what that means, but you're a Nazi now. They don't even know what
I
the
was
hell they're
telling
saying.
my ancestors, my great, I don't know how many great, they were Nazis, but
Well, but you're not there. I mean,
oh shit.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. But if you look down the family lineage, sure,
yeah.
But
Everybody's related to somebody.
I mean,
I'm like Hitler had a dog. He's a bad guy. Well, I have a dog. Does that make
I have
me?
a dog. Yeah. Just because I want to enforce our border laws, just because I approve of deporting illegals out of our country, doesn't make us Nazis. And we have border laws for a reason. Without border laws, we can't have a country.
Yeah.
And without a country, then this is the greatest country on earth. Why are we going to let a bunch of people that came here illegally change that?
I think we should make all these people go live in another country for 3 months. They'll be begging to come back here. They have these people, they have, this part of my pictures I'll show you, but they have no idea how good they have it. I mean, have you ever been out of the country before, Ryan?
Yeah, I've been to Mexico, Jamaica.
Cool. What Jamaican me?
I've been to Mexico quite a few. I was in the army, so I went to Mexico like 8 times, and I actually went to Bosnia. So I've been all over. I went all over Europe.
I have some pretty funny TJ stories. I'm not gonna say it on air. But...
Let me tell me later. I want to hear.
Yeah.
I went to Nuevo Laredo like 8-9 times.
Oh, we're across the border. Okay. Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I can't. YouTube algorithm is very specific about what they allow. I can't.
Yeah, I don't think my potential employer would like to.
Yeah, no, let's not do that.
I want to go to every state in America before I think about going outside of the country.
Well, that's why they say Americans don't have passports. We don't need them. We have everything we need. People who come over and visit here are like, what? I didn't even make it out of Texas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, the Iranian what's her name? Soleimani's.
Oh
niece,
yeah. They got.
She would have been stoned to death if she was wearing what she was wearing. She was at some rave.
Yep, that's right.
What?
You didn't hear? She got her green card revoked.
Yeah.
But she was like, I saw that. I didn't realize she was that old, but she, for 47 years old, she looked pretty good. But yeah, she was wearing very provocative clothing, and this is the niece of the Iranian general that was head of the Quds Force, the ROGC, that was killing.
She got caught in 4K booty dancing with her.
Mm-hmm.
Gazungas hanging out, her tatas were all going, hey. Her tatas were praying to Allah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is Allah?
I don't know, some dude. Nobody important.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I might actually be down. I was telling you earlier that I had my conference call. I might be down in Texas. I won't say who it is, but he's running in a primary against some old corn guy.
Well, I live in Al Green's district. I was going to run against him, but then he got redistricted, so he lost his seat. But
it was Jasmine Crockett.
She did. Yeah.
Oh my god!
What a mess.
So talk about a mess. Jasmine Crockett.
They say some people don't agree, but the story on the street is that the Democrat ticket for 2028, Tommy loves this subject, is going to be Kamala and AOC. Thoughts?
I hope they do run them, because then we'll win.
Yeah,
that's on the precipice that there's going to be election at all.
That's true. Don't you want to see Marco debate AOC though?
Yeah, didn't you know Trump's a fascist? He's never going to let another election happen. Didn't you know that?
Kind of like, did you know trans women are men?
Did know that? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's.
Did you know that it's going to be a drunk and a bartender that walk into the White House?
I hope to God it doesn't happen.
So that leads me to
try.
That leads me to my first pick. So I got a couple pictures here, Ryan. We'll make sure you can see them first. You're just gonna get your initial thoughts. This is something we do on every town hall, just to kind of I think I'm Johnny Carson.
I don't even know what he's gonna show.
So we have this here. Go ahead. It says, passed the bar, failed the bar, worked at a bar, lives at the bar, can't spell bar.
I'll tell you, I'm really disappointed in the lady on the top. I've had with so much, kind of going into the decision that's coming up with birthright citizenship. Like, it's whether do we have a country or we do not. Like, we just had last week, we had 2 Chinese nationals that were basically brought over from the exact case we're trying not to have happen. Their parents were illegal. They gave is basically Chinese birth tourism. They came over, had kids. They were automatically given a U.S. citizenship, but their allegiance isn't to America; it's to China. And they tried to blow up like an army or air force base, and then they ran back home like a bunch of cowards. It's ridiculous.
So I like to be very educational. I like to be very educational on my channel. I make videos predominantly. I do a lot of educational stuff. So I like to teach people. So I just wanted to teach. I wanted you guys to see this too. I wanted to teach any liberals that were watching all about socialism. So I have this picture here.
If you have $1 and you have $20, then I have $21.
So what they don't seem to understand is eventually with socialism, eventually you run out of other people's money.
Right.
Then what do you do? Right.
Which is what happened in New York. Everyone's fleeing to Florida and even California.
So
huge budget deficits.
And here's just a picture that I took. Shout out to Not Tina Kotex for this picture. He rolled by there during the day and snapped some couple high res pictures. Why I don't care about Portland police. It's a federal building. Why the fuck is this allowed?
I have an idea. I think it's kind of like a rubber band. When you bring it back, you bend it so far back, eventually everything is going to go back to equilibrium. So when they bend it back, they're gonna what's gonna make me think is like, okay, if they're gonna do all that, the feds are gonna come back so hard, and they're not even want to show their faces ever again.
Well, because
I think it's coming.
It used to look like this.
They need to come and arrest these.
It's been a long time since I've seen them on the roof like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they probably had some staffing issues, but because of the shutdown. But even before that, if you look at photos before June 14th of 2025, there's not even any of that wood there.
No, I remember seeing the videos of them breaking all the glass. Yeah, using the big pole to break through the glass. Yeah, and I agree. I think that the staffing is like minimal there. That's why they haven't been coming out and pushing and arresting these people, is because the staff is like is half or less of what it used to be when this was happening.
And as I was looking,
I think the 2 deaths in Minnesota had a huge part in it. They don't want to use the term mass deportations.
Right. They don't. They're all about the words. Let me tell you, they care a lot about what you say.
Need is mass deportation. Why are these people such snowflakes? That's what we fucking voted for, was mass deportation. So we want our country safe.
When I was looking,
the left put them up, those 2 people, as martyrs because they wanted that.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're advocating for people to do exactly what they did.
Right.
Even the politicians, the left-wing politicians, all these idiots are literally saying, hey, go out in the street and harass ICE agents, try to stop them from doing their job, do something stupid for this exact reason. It's the media's fault. It's these left-wing politicians. It's pissing me off, bro.
Yeah, and there's still some people, the Antifa, that go out because the actual raids have been kind of slowed down. There's some people that actually go out and they'll follow. I mean, there's a lot in Minnesota, but even Portland, they'll follow ICE vehicles around.
Yep.
Trying to interrupt and impede federal investigations. But I haven't seen that much lately. But I know once the summer comes around,
Mercado was doing it in Chicago. Remember, Mercado was following him around for hours at a time a day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I think they should be federally arrested and charged with a felony if you're literally obstructing and following and honking your horn and trying to stop federal agents from doing their duties. I think they should go to prison.
I'll show you this guy. I never seen this guy smile before, so I just wanted to show you this, Tommy. Look, he's smiling.
I love Tom Homan.
He's got such a stressful fucking job.
Nah, he loves his job.
Oh, I didn't say he didn't love it, but it's not easy. Not easy.
When I was trying to get my administration job before I was going to go back to campaigns, he was the only person that would text me back If I had any questions, he's a genuinely good guy, like a really good guy.
That's awesome. I every interview
Text
he's had.
him and tell him Tommy from another mommy says he loves him.
Yeah, we'd love to have him on Town Hall too.
Yeah.
Worst thing, I mean, hey, worst he can say is no. So
Right.
I mean, we
And
have
block me.
right. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, he knows we support him.
Right.
I know he's a great man because he has the same name as me, and he supports deportation.
I was looking
so
through
he's
all my.
Gotta be with it, you know.
I was looking through all these pictures and all this stuff to grab stuff for the show, and I saw this, and I don't know if you realize, Tommy. I think you've aged.
Yeah, my voice has changed and everything. I missed that sign. I made that sign.
Battle tested.
Yeah, you look like you've been through the ringer since this picture.
Oh fuck! The stress is.
Is it worse during the day or at night?
Being out there, it's stressful being out there, bro. It's stressful.
I was telling Pam. Oh, go ahead.
No, the energy it takes from you.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with these people, you know, the headspace energy, the physical energy. I'll get home after being out there for 3, 4, 5 hours. I'll get home, and after I get out of the shower, I'll lay down just for a second on my bed, and I'll be done. Like my wife won't be able to wake me up. Like it's physically exhausting dealing with people like this.
Yeah, he missed the whole Mace Face getting arrested thing till the next day because he crashed the fuck out. He was at.
And she posted all the evidence on her Instagram. It's like
that's lack of accountability in previous times gives you an ego that you're untouchable. You know. So
I'm actually. I'll give you one clue. I'm older than her father. Just put that in perspective.
How you might? I mean, you don't have to answer that. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 35.
Hey, I'm older than you. No, bro. Yeah. What's up, little bro? Yeah. I love you, little bro.
Her dad was younger than me.
That's crazy.
But I won't go into. It'll be off.
What?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Did you know that dude Terrell got dishonorably discharged from the army?
I did not know that. He's from Tennessee.
Yeah. And I know I had one of his childhood best friends message me on my Instagram in one of my comments and said that he got dishonorably discharged from the army and that he used to mess around with this girl that he said must have been no younger or no older than 15, and he was like 19 or 20. And so he was like, so if he's calling anybody a chud or a perv, then he's got another thing coming, you know. So yeah, I found out.
I wonder what did he get discharged for? What was the official reason?
I don't know. I'll message the dude and see if he knows.
I feel so old right now.
We should be able to look that up.
You'd think. I mean, you have to look into it. It makes me wonder because last few times I've seen him, like watching on social media, watching him on streaming, he's been drunk. He's been, either coming down off of something, and if he got discharged, so a lot of people, I don't know, the viewers, when you get out of the military, you can, I'm sure it's probably more prevalent than you claim disability, and they'll pay you a certain percentage of what your total, whatever
even
your
if
rank
you're
was.
Discharged dishonorably.
No, you don't. So I thought he was honorably discharged. So if he was dishonorably, he's getting zero. So I wonder what he's doing for money.
This is bullshit. Leilani was never locked up. They cited her on the scene and let her fucking go. They never booked her in the Multnomah County.
Yeah, they never.
They were like booking something weird.
Okay, a few more pictures. So I want to ask you, they always complain, oh, Trump is in the Epstein files and blah, blah, blah. And I did deep dive videos on this whole subject. There is zero proof that anybody has. Nobody can present any of us any proof that Trump did anything inappropriate with anybody underage. So why do you think that they claim all that about Trump with no proof when we have this that they completely fucking ignore?
So if you talk to like the leftists down at the Portland Ice facility, like there's, first of all, they probably 80-90% of them didn't even vote. Like they'll say like, oh, we hate Joe Biden too. and that's kind of like their get out the jail free cards when they say, "Well, I hate Joe Biden," but yet, when you have the evidence showing, not even evidence, but there's the showing that Donald Trump had even a working relationship with Epstein prior to 2004, and then he kicked him out. Like they're gonna cling on that until the day they die, because like, oh, we got you, but they'll ignore this.
There's a guy I wrestled named Jasper Davis, and I'll say his whole name because it doesn't really even matter. And he was my brother. He was in the army. He was a veteran. He's been to my home. I've been to his home. And his earliest possible parole date is 2048 because he dumped his baby mama's dead body in a bayou here in Houston. That doesn't make me also a murderer.
No.
That was my homie though, but that doesn't make me him.
No.
Same thing, right? I mean, so if they have proof of Trump doing something wrong, I'll look at it. I'll look at it. But no, but they don't have proof, but they just run with it. But they do these things. They talk so bad about America and all this stuff, and then we see things like this. These people have no idea how, especially the women, they have no idea how good they have it.
Yeah, they got to go.
What do you think about the Islam in America problem we're having?
Oil and water.
I mean, we just had that epic
I wrote
city
an article
thing
about like the weird kind of alliance between like the leftists, like who are pro LGBT and basically pro weird, and the Islamists. It's a weird relationship. Eventually, the Islamists don't care. It's like all Palestine, gays for Palestine.
I was just thinking the same.
They don't even know what's going on. If they went over there, they would get thrown off a roof faster than.
Some of them did. Remember the videos of them? They're lucky they didn't get torched. They're like
gays for Palestine is like chickens for KFC. That's what I always say. Gays for Palestine. It's literally, they don't support that at all. Like, you think Christians don't support it? Islam doesn't support it. Like, it's a death sentence in Islam. Right.
Do you
and they want to bring that shit to America. I don't understand.
Do you think when they chant all this crap that they have any idea what they're saying? I bet you could walk up to rivers. I bet you could walk up to any person chanting from the river to the sea and give them $100, and they still didn't. They would have no fucking. They might say Mississippi River. They're that dumb.
Yeah.
And it's the thing that they want, these people who hate their country, hate their lives over there. They hate it so bad that when they come here, they're going to try to make America more like they were back there, and it
wasn't always like that. I'm way older than both of you. It wasn't always like that. In the 90s and the 80s, people came over here and they could not fucking wait to put on an American flag shirt, go to a Yankees game, and get themselves a good old American hot dog. They could not fucking wait to be Americans. And now they can't wait to bring their third world to I don't get it. I don't get it.
They're escaping that, and they want to bring it over here. It doesn't make sense.
And then the liberals think that they're going to vote for the same shit that they just left. None of this makes any sense, and I think that we have to either divide our country somehow, or I know that sounds ridiculous, but what are the other options? I'm all ears.
I don't. There's no coexisting with these radical leftists at this point. We've all seen that it's not possible.
I think one of our only thing we can do is this. This is besides the Civil War or dividing the country. I mean, can you imagine if he just? I mean, why not? I mean, at this point, they're already calling him a king. Show him what a fucking king really looks like. I mean, what else is the answer? Look, the definition of insanity is going back to the same thing and expecting a different result, right?
We just have to win the election in 2028.
Spending.
It has to be Marco. Who would you like to see on the ticket for the Republicans in 28?
Yeah.
Right now would be Marco, and then maybe Glenn Youngkin as the VP.
Glenn Youngkin. I was thinking JD. Marco and JD.
JD's not gonna. Well, it's between JD's. So Marco's been kind of in the news with all like the foreign affairs. JD was because Trump gave him like kind of the title fraud czar. So JD needs to outperform Marco. It's between one of those two. But I'd say definitely Glenn Youngkin as number 2 or DeSantis.
Marco is doing really good right now.
I didn't like him at first, but he grew on me. I like him now. He's fine. He's good.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about them firing Pam Bondi?
I personally like Pam Bondi, but there was a lot of politics is a game of optics, and when she was in the courtroom with the Epstein survivors, when she didn't like look back at them or give them any recognition, that optically that looked pretty bad, even though she's a solid conservative, and that's where she fucked up. And another thing was that she had to do something with Eric Swalwell with the Fang Fang, the Chinese.
Yeah, the Chinese hooker person.
I guess there was a personal relationship, and she kind of gave the heads up. I forget what it was about, but it didn't look good. It wasn't professional.
She leaked some information.
So, did they already replace her
temporarily?
No. Yeah, I think it's Todd Blanche is running the show right now, who's the deputy AG. But I'm hoping Harmeet Dillon. She was actually Andy No's attorney. I hope she gets either one of the top slots, or if she gets promoted to the top, I think she'd be a really good AG.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. I was just wondering.
What on a national level, besides winning the next election, what do you think that Trump could be doing better? Because we always talk about what he is doing, but I don't think he's doing enough as far as the immigration stuff.
More deportations.
But I mean, I think he should ramp that up. But do you have any thoughts or ideas of something that you?
Yeah. Like I said, everything's about optics, but what they need to do, he needs to really dial up the pressure on John Thune, the Senate Majority Leader, because with how the Senate is gridlocked right now, not so much the House, because the House is a 50+1 majority, but the Senate, you need 60 votes. And the whole thing with the filibuster, previously it was 70 votes back, and they lowered it in the 60s or 70s. But the whole thing about the filibuster, it's a relic of the Jim Crow era, where a lot of the Southern Democrats didn't want more civil rights legislation, so all they would do is filibuster. And so that kind of prevented. Eventually, the liberals, I guess you can say, overcame the filibuster. But that's a relic of the past. We don't need. There's no need for it anymore. And all the Republicans need to do is, put the big boy pants on, and they only need 51 votes to even get rid of it, even though it's 60 votes. So if they do that, I know they can do some of the budget reconciliation, which is only 51 votes too. They really need to pass the SAVE Act, because they need something to go back to the constituents after Labor Day, say, hey, vote for me again. They need something to. You can't just be, I'm going to vote for you because I'm against the Democrats. That doesn't work. You need something to vote for. And this passing the SAVE Act and getting rid of the filibuster, that would be a huge plus from trying to get people out the polls. So
What about
another thing is?
Go ahead.
Oh, the other thing is so we saw that Texas passed a new kind of mid-decade redistricting act. There's a couple other states. We're waiting for another Supreme Court case coming out, making a decision whether to fully nix or Section 2 of the Civil Rights Act, kind of redistricting, and should there be black majority districts or minority district, whatever you want to call them. But there's several other states. So if that happened, the southern states like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, they can get, there's 12, 15 seats right there that they can redraw and be all red. And then the other thing is Florida, they can redraw right now, and there's an extra 5 seats. So they can do it, but we're getting close to the time where it's getting too close to the primaries, where it's almost you're running out of time. So those extra seats would definitely help.
I asked you an open-ended question. I'm not going to say anybody's name because I don't want to steer you. But who you got for the mayor of Portland?
David Medina.
Wait, you talking about the mayor of Portland or governor?
Governor.
Oh, he's governor of Oregon. Sorry, governor. Who do you got for that race?
Okay, so who
like?
I want to win and who I think will win will be two different things.
Okay.
I'm more politically aligned with David. But with this being Oregon, such a liberal state, they're going to eat him alive with a J6. I back in 2010, I actually worked on Chris Daly's campaign. He's a good guy. It has to go back to this notion that out of the states that Donald Trump won in 2024, you want to elect the most MAGA or most conservative, I guess, figurehead or head of government for governor, basically. But if you got states like Oregon or Maine that Trump didn't win, you don't want to go for the most MAGA because I don't they're not going to win. So you want to go. It's everything's in little baby steps. So I think Chris Dudley has a better chance of winning because he has a more broader support with the electorate because Oregon's super liberal and.
Is there even enough conservatives that live there that are registered to vote to even be
we need to go out and get registered. We need to go out and get people signed up.
We don't have a strong Republican Party here in Oregon at all.
No.
Unfortunately.
Have you heard of Jonathan Lockwood?
I know the name. He's running in fifth.
He's running for Congress. Yeah. I listened to him speech. I listened to him speak at the David Medina Republican show that I went to not too long ago. And he resonated with me. You can't judge a book by its cover because when he first came out, my chat was trying to judge a book by its cover. But after he got through speaking, everybody in my chat was like, that dude is based.
We want to have him on the show.
And he gave me chills. So Jonathan Lockwood,
that's the guy with the long hair, right?
I think I've been, I added him on, I added him on X and sent him a message. And I'm going to try to have him on our show. But everything he said, he's a constitutional Republican or constitutional conservative or whatever.
I liked him, yeah.
And he was, bro, everything he said, we resonated with big time. So you should look into Jonathan Lockwood.
Okay, he was based.
Yeah. He's based as hell.
And you wouldn't think that looking at him because, I mean.
I'll take a look, yeah. But the thing with the how Oregon draw its line, so the legislators, it's a super Democratic majority that who drew the lines in 2022 or something like that. The 5th congressional district was supposed to be like kind of the fair balance, like it can go either way. It has only had 2 Republicans, even though George W. Bush won this district. Put it that way. Trump didn't win it, but it's only won by 2 Republicans since 1984. So. It's hard. It'd be a hard district to run, but they really need. I wish this is something I would get behind. There's a ballot measure called the Fair Redistricting in Oregon. They need to get this on the ballot and pass because I think the voters would pass. They can redraw these, make it more fair. Because what they'll do is they'll draw the 5th is like Clackamas, Marion County. The other, I think it's Lynn County going down to Albany. But then they'll draw a little bit of Portland in there, and it usually flips a district. So that's the issue.
What's
drawing the lines?
Tommy, what's Iceman running for?
I don't know. Hold on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Do you know Iceman?
I didn't know if he's running for anything.
Yeah, he's running for. I don't know. I thought it was.
Ow, shit, baby, you gotta move those toys. Ow, you almost killed me right now, bro. Jesus. That fucking hurt. He's running for Metro president.
Oh, okay.
Metro president. Okay.
So Metro is Multnomah County, Clackamas, and Washington.
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be. He tried to get me to run for Congress, or he tried to get me to run for office up here, but I don't know if that's me or not. I can't see myself. I don't know.
I think
maybe in the future, but not right now.
I think
I'm dealing with court stuff and probation, and
you would be perfect to speak at one of those engagements, like the ones you went to. You would have been perfect to be speaker number 4. Go out there and tell your story.
I signed up to volunteer. I'm going to try to talk to David about it, or try to talk to the next event organizer. Maybe I will.
I think that if you could get in front of the right people with the get out to vote thing and help people get registered to vote, something like that could put you in a different sort of category with some people who may be on the fence about your techniques.
Well, I've been trying to change my.
Oh, you've been doing good.
I've gotten a lot more PG lately.
Hey, you know what? That's
right, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you this.
A lot more PG-13 at
They said
least.
that you went to that church and interrupt the religious.
That wasn't a church service.
I watched the
They rented it
entire.
out.
I watched the
They
entire
rented it
thing.
out.
You were.
It was a public town hall.
Yeah, but you were
socialist
quiet.
meeting.
You were quiet the whole
And
time.
I didn't interrupt the
You didn't
fucking
say
thing.
a fucking word. But at the moment it was over, they went after you.
Yeah.
Were you wearing anything Trump or like America First?
America First.
Okay, well, yeah.
I mean, they know his name. He's the golden goose. Everybody wants.
It wasn't even just the hat. It was my red one, but it wasn't even. It was just me. They know me.
They know
at
him,
this point, you know, and they knew my name. They knew me. So as soon as he seen me, he came bodying me, trying to get me to leave. I'm like, bro, be quiet, bro. I'm just here to record. Just be quiet.
They were making more noise than you were.
Down. Yeah, he was making a huge scene, and I was just like, I'm just recording. You know, like
you got through a whole thing at Maxine Dexter. They didn't kick you out before she left, right?
No, the Maxine Dexter, they actually let me stay. They didn't say anything, and I got to speak my piece before.
Yeah, but she didn't answer anything. She was a bitch about it too. Like,
there was like one person there that was like getting upset that I was recording and tried to say something to me, but I was like, my name is none of your business. Why are you asking?
I don't like. You know? I don't like her because I mean, I did like a little video on her a long time ago, and she had done this thing. I don't even know if you guys knew this, but she went out to downtown Portland to brunch with all of her friends to a ritzy place and did like a little video saying how great Portland was and you should come visit. And there's no need for any help or National Guard or nothing. It's like
she has a very masculine jawline.
Yeah, she's just another one of those echoes.
What's Portland?
You know, echoing the same bullshit lines that all.
And she elevated the frogs.
I mean,
she was praising the frogs.
Oh, she loves the damn frogs. She wants to dance with them and shit. Yeah.
That guy, Seth Todd, when I was at the protest, he was the one that yelled out my name and got me ran out or mobbed by the mob on the threat of violence.
Yeah, he was one of the first people to start yelling my name. And
that's the frog.
Is that a biological woman?
No, it's a biological. Like he looks like Igor, Dr.
Oh, I know who he is. I've just been told by so many damn people that that's a woman.
I think it's a male. He's not a man, but he's a male.
So. He's not allowed at ICE anymore either right now.
He got 3 months.
3 months. That's crazy. It's just crazy to me.
No, look who he's a mentor towards.
Like if I would go in Houston and smash some shit at the fucking front door of the mayor, I would be so fucked. I think the cops would probably tase me repeatedly for doing that. Not just take me to jail. Forget that's the least of my concerns. They would fuck me up first, then take me to jail. I can't believe
cops out here are different than the ones that I grew up with, bro. I've been beat up by the police a couple times, and the cops up here, it's like they don't even care. They don't try to do their jobs, you know.
I think their hands are kind of tied behind the back.
But they're okay. So I agree with that 100% that the cops have their hands tied, but there's good cops out here, and I say it all the time. I've met a ton of decent, great cops that have respect and aren't complete idiots. You know what I mean? But there's that few out here that really are bad cops that they don't like. The ones that literally watched me get attacked by 10 people and didn't even step forward to try to help in any kind of way. That's what I mean by bad cops, you know. Usually good cops are going to try to stop something like that.
The mayor of Portland is the commissioner of the police?
No.
Yeah, it's an old school. It's like a relic of like the Wild West, where the mayor also is like the head of the police too.
Wait, that's true? That
Bob Day is our head of the police here. Bob Day, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, no, he's not the sheriff, but he's like the captain.
Oh.
Huh.
So the mayor's above him still.
But the mayor's above Bob Day, though.
Right.
Go figure. It was interesting. So last Saturday, or might have been Sunday on Easter, I don't know. So they burned an American flag, and then they burned a Nazi flag kind of curious where they got the Nazi flag. If they put on
Yeah,
Amazon.
where do you get something like that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I want to fly one outside my house. No, just kidding. But like, just seeing that show up at their house.
They used to have all kinds of shit like that at like Houston gun shows. They would have
really?
they would have like 20,000 tables, and the corner of one table was nothing but Nazi memorabilia. You can have that here, like I was in Ramstein, Germany, and I was talking to like a shopkeeper. It's really fucking illegal in Germany. Super fucking illegal to have Nazi anything. You can't. You gotta be careful.
The AfD, the party, the right wing party there. So you can't. There's certain slogans you can't say. You can't say Deutschland über alles, which means Germany overall. So the politicians or like the AfD will say Deutschland über, and then he'll have the crowd say alles. So you kind of get away with it, get around the
That's funny.
That's crazy.
What's wrong with wanting pride? What's wrong with having pride in your country and wanting what's best for your country over? And that's how I feel. I care about America before anybody else. I don't care about any other foreign nation until our country is back on track.
Yeah. Well, they don't have freedom of speech over there, but that phrase was used by, the Nazis when they took
by
it.
the mustache man.
Yeah.
my buddy.
Oh shit! You can't even say the mustache man's name. You can't even say the mustache man's name on YouTube.
Yeah, you can.
It's like saying Voldemort in Harry Potter.
I did a whole Nazi concentration camp videos.
Voldemort.
I think it's okay as long as you don't say you love him. I think that's where. The intention behind saying his name is what matters. You know.
Yeah, I loved his mustache. It was kind of cool.
We had Dustin Jur on, Travis's brother. Do you have an opinion on Travis?
I never had a physical interaction with him, but he messaged me on my LinkedIn one day, which is kind of weird. And I kind of played around with it, and he goes, "I'm gonna."
Did he threaten to kill you? Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
And he kept calling me a Nazi, and I kind of played around with it. And like, well, what are we gonna do when we, arrest you and your little minions down there? And he goes, "Oh, I can't believe you said that." Blah blah blah. I might release it, but yeah, it's just a conversation. It's on the computer, but otherwise, I didn't have any.
Travis.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude's an idiot.
His brother, his brother is so cool.
Oh, I have court in 2 days for that stalking order that.
Are you gonna see him? Are you gonna see him?
I think so.
Can you tell? Can you tell him we said hi?
I can't do that. Probably. I probably can't communicate with him.
Oh, you can't wave? Can you do this?
Oh, I can.
Can you do this? Can you do like a heart?
I'm like, what up, big dog?
He's looking at least 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see the look on his face when he has to look me in the eye. And he was always saying to me, "You're going to prison. You're going to prison. You're doing it." And now look at who's going to prison.
Fed and state charges.
I mean,
who's the real criminal?
I remember I was listening to Ben Dyke's show that morning, and ring, ring, ring. And I don't know if you know Ben Dykes. He does like a Rush Limbaugh call-in show, and Travis called in and just went crazy. 5 seconds, threatened to kill him like 6 times. Went crazy, hung up the phone, and I guess like 20-30 minutes later is when he was arrested. Right after that.
Yeah, that's just
I think it was coincidence. So it was coincidence.
It's definitely a coincidence because they were already looking into him, and
but it's just weird how that happened. Like he was so arrogant.
It was planned.
Was he dishonorably discharged as well?
That could be part of it. I think. Oh no, I don't know if there has. Hold on, we haven't got there yet because there hasn't been an actual conviction and sentencing. Once that happens, the military they will dishonorably. They will destroy his career.
What's that YouTuber's name who called him out? The dude who did the video about him being a dental tech and stuff. Somebody in the chat tell me what his name was. The YouTuber who found everything out about Travis. What was his name?
Oh my God.
Don Shipley. Oh, I came up with it first.
Yeah,
Don Shipley, the
Shipley,
YouTuber.
right.
Don Shipley. If he would have been dishonorably discharged, then that would have been in the report that Don Shipley did, I think. So I don't know if he got dishonorably discharged or not.
Okay, that makes me think that he was getting his monthly benefits as disability.
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore, but he was, because that's probably why he was working.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. Good for them. A lot of people that get discharged and get out of the military honorably. That there's certain PTSD, and they get part of their final check is disability for tax free the rest of their life.
Yeah,
too.
how did he get PTSD for being a dental tech, bro? People go to school to become dental techs. How is a dental tech or a dental technician or whatever the hell he was, something to do with teeth? How is that going to give somebody PTSD? Did basic training give you PTSD?
If you're a weak, hey, wait, hold on,
in the mirror,
Tommy. If you're a weak bitch, yes. If you're a weak if you're a weak asshole, I've seen people crash the fuck out during basic training.
If you get PTSD from going through basic training, you ain't getting paid out by the American tax.
Okay, but fair enough. But you could still, probably still get it from there. But hold on. During basic training, though, they have this thing, and it's all branches. It's called failure to adapt. It's not a dishonorable discharge, but before you finish basic, if you've decided that this is not for you, you can leave. So you get like some weird middle of the road, like regular. It's not an honorable discharge. It's not a dishonorable one. They just call it failure to adapt. That just means the military is not for you. I've seen a lot of people crash the fuck out, hit the drill sergeant, flip out, leave the base, like loot, because hey, basic training is, at least when I went through, now I guess they have stress cards and they can hold up like a soccer, like a green card if they get stressed out. But when I went through,
what? What? No, you're joking, bro.
I swear.
You're joking.
I swear to God. They have stress cards. If the drill sergeant's screaming at them in the Army too much, they can hold up the card and they got to be left alone for like a 24-hour period. When I went through, they would just kill you. If you talk back to them, they would kick your ass.
Shit I've ever heard. We don't need. See, that's the type of shit we need to take out. Make our military great again.
Yeah. I went to Fort Jackson.
Like you're gonna have to prove that you're able to withstand pressure. That's what all that shit is for.
I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, is where I went to basic, and it was rough. It was not fun. That's for damn sure.
It's not supposed to be.
No, it's not supposed to be. But I mean, I was in the Army for 1 year before I even graduated high school, so I was already sort of used to going to drill and going to my unit and wearing the uniform. So I had a leg up on everybody else. But seriously, they do have stress cards now. It's not a joke. It's fucking bullshit. Thank God that I went through when they didn't have that. But
stress cards. I need a stress card right now.
Right. They could have left the transgenders in and just put them on the front lines.
That's Operation Human Shield.
Yeah, because they are pretty violent,
Yeah.
They are pretty violent. The last 20 out of 20 mass shooters were trans.
Wait,
there's been more deaths of trans killers than
they were all on SSRIs.
I mean, if you want to scare a group of Muslim men, a group of trainees running at them.
It's pretty scary.
Wearing pink combat boots, going to scare the shit out of them, bro.
Yeah.
We might fucking fuck you or kill you. We're not sure which one yet.
They made the announcement of the ceasefire, so see what happens.
I'm laughing to myself. That's fucking funny.
Yeah, what do you think about? So, what if they wouldn't have called the ceasefire and Trump and the time limit went down? What do you think Trump would have did? Do you think he would have?
They would take the power plants and the bridges out.
Yeah,
I do. I think
I
so
don't
too.
think he would nuke the entire
country. He's not going to nuke them.
But he would shut them down.
The word nuke is overused in this situation. You can have a small a tactical nuclear device. When people think nuke, they think Hiroshima, Nagasaki, we're going to blow up the whole fucking city. It's going to be a big mushroom cloud. Like the movies. It doesn't work that way.
Don't nukes, any kind of nukes, don't they have radiation afterwards?
I mean, it depends on the type of nuke. And there are different types of.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there are. I don't think he's never. That would be a bad PR move, but
yeah, I'd say so.
Iran would have been the Japan of the Middle East today if they didn't get the Shah didn't get overthrown. Like I don't put them in the same category as like Muslims from like Afghanistan, Pakistan, or like Saudi Arabia or any of those other Arab countries. They're Persian.
Yeah, they're
They're not
Persian.
Arab.
Right.
Yeah.
Very distinct culture. They're definitely up to the pedestal than the other countries for sure.
I've met a lot of amazing Iranians at the rally that we've been going to on Sundays, and they're good people, and they love America. You know, the Iranian Americans, they love our president and they love America, and that's what we want in immigrants is people that love this country.
And they were forced. Islam was forced on them. It wasn't by fate or by free will. It was forced upon them. So that's another thing. But it'd be great one day and go over there and get all this shit taken care of and actually experience their culture because it's very unique.
I think one of the main problems I see with all these lefties is they've convinced themselves that the way they feel is a fact and it's a provable thing. Like they really think that we are the ones that need to wake up. Like somehow I'm just going to wake up tomorrow and be like, well, I fucking hate America. Let's open the borders. Hey, daughter, you want to be a boy? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, they think I'm just going to magically wake up. They're on the wrong side. They don't get it. I don't think there's any hope for our country. I hate to say that publicly, but fuck, man.
Do you see the lady that on the doctor? Her name is Jennifer Lincoln. She's the one that was at the New York airport and she was cussing at a.
I do know who you're talking about.
She got fired from Kaiser. She actually she had a contract position, but now her full-time job is at Providence Medical up the road where I'm at. And actually have to do MRI over there. I might stop by and
say hello.
Just say hello. Casual.
That's cool. Do you know Zach X?
I've heard of him in Minnesota.
Yeah.
He's going through some shit right now.
So he
had to defend himself on No Kings, and now he's looking at 15 years in prison.
Well, what did he do?
So
go ahead.
No, I was watching the stream. He was streaming and he was walking around and there was protesters there, and one of them had, for some reason, they had their kid with them in the stroller. And Zach turned the camera in a public space and just said, "Look, there's a fucking kid." And the dad lunged at him and attacked him. That's it.
What did he do back though?
Went to his car, screamed a bunch of shit. "You can't hit me, attack me."
He broke his
What
nose.
are they trying to charge him?
He broke his nose.
Oh, okay.
But it's not on camera, is what I'm trying to say. The only thing that's on camera is Zach getting lunged at by the guy. The rest of it's like a jumbled mess. You can't really see anything going on.
He was arrested by Hennepin County or Ramsey?
I'm not exactly
Minneapolis?
sure. I think Minneapolis. I'm not really exactly sure exactly what county arrested him, but he told me that he's got about 60 days and he's going to go back and see what they say. But it's
he's out right now though, right?
Yeah, he's out right. But his bond was like $75,000.
He had to pay 10%.
He did. He's out. I talked to him. He's been doubling down too. He's been streaming and.
A lot of the situations, it's whoever tells on who first.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I don't want to say the wrong thing, so that's why I'm comfortable with telling you I don't know some of the details.
Yeah. I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, but take a look. Just go to his page. He actually did a whole camera and face explanation deep dive into the whole thing. So it's just on his page. Sorry, let me mute Tommy's thing while he's walking, doing that other whatever he's doing. Okay, all right. Are you really love going in the pan? Every time I see a space, you're in there. How do you keep it together? How do you keep it together in those spaces, man? They're crazy.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries. I have a general theory about Pam. So she was at J6 2021. and she voted Republican. Her pretty much her brother and sister, her siblings are pretty Republican, and from what she said, they're very well off. But she basically voted Republican, whether she has conservative political views or she's liberal. She said now she says she has more left leaning views. But I think what happened is that she went to J6. She said, "Oh fuck, I messed up," and she turned against all of her friends who were Republican. So now she doesn't really have any community of friends to go back to, and so she grabbed on to who else is left, the left. And so she's been grifting, buying this narrative like, "Oh, ICE is bad. The Republicans are evil. Trump is bad." And she generally, I think she thinks Trump is evil and bad. It's fine, you can think that, but all this other stuff, I think she's just saying it just to make sure, like, so she has a community to go back to. I don't think she believes half of it. She's not stupid.
No,
But
I agree with you.
Very,
I agree with you.
but she's very, just like when she, like, there's instances down there where she goes, "Oh, you assaulted him." Like, anybody would look at it and say, "What are you talking about, lady?" I think she knows that someone was that, whoever was the one assaulted.
Yeah, I've had
she just has to say it. So she goes along with the grift and they accept her. Because once she says, if there's one incident where she says, "Oh, no," that, or even stands up and says, "No, that didn't happen," they're going to kick her ass out.
Yeah,
I see all that from her too. I do. I see that.
Like when that dude tried to steal my tripod the other day on Saturday, when he grabbed my phone and tried to steal my phone, and I had to hit him to get him off me. She posted and said, "Look at what Tommy did. He hit this girl." That is not a girl, bro.
Yeah,
that is the farthest thing
dude
from a girl you could get. And that fool put his hands on me when I was trying to walk away. He's trying to steal my $1,200 shit.
I don't agree with this. I'm sorry, Tommy, but you pulled your fucking punch. I feel like you should have leaned into it.
Did. Bro, if I would have
I know. You would have broke it.
I don't want
broken jaw. I know.
I just didn't want my phone stolen. I didn't want, you know what I mean? Like, and I even stopped myself at first because when he grabbed it, I was gonna and I stopped myself and said, "Let go of my shit. Give me my shit." And he pulled harder. So,
people are dumb. Like, the mayor has he has no interaction, or he has no say in whether the ICE facilities there. That's more with Portland planning, and that's where the city council made that agreement with ICE like over 10 years ago. He can't just, a stroke of a pen and get rid of it. So it's like, why are they even protesting it? They're so stupid.
It's not making any.
It's because they don't understand how this
and haven't made no difference.
They don't understand how this shit works. I don't know.
Wilson cannot remove ICE.
No. And
now, do I think they should be there?
Side. Literally, he's literally on their side, and they're going to his house and protesting. It doesn't make no sense.
They're eating their own. Yeah. I mean, I personally don't think they should they should have the facility in Clackamas County, like a rural part where it's bigger and they can hold people for more than 12 hours, and it's not near a bus depot or a bus to stop, so they can't just go there and protest. I think it's in a bad location, but they need to put it somewhere bigger.
They would. What do you think about Newport? You think they should make one in Newport?
Yeah, it would be a secondary location.
Do you really think they're using the ICE facility in Portland at this point, being so understaffed? We don't see them doing their shifts. I know they go out the back a lot, but we don't
caught them off guard.
Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't seem like there's like buses coming in and stuff like that, like there was,
They probably got something figured out. I can ask someone I know pretty well. I can get the information.
I wonder what
I'm not sure.
I wonder what everybody would do if they just boarded up the building and closed it and moved it to a different county and different location. These people would lose their fucking whole identity.
Right.
What would they do?
They wouldn't be able to get there.
Right. They would be like, whatever, we'll cross that. They need to have one more that's more like geographically located where they can like put up a big fucking wall or, have it to where it's like a private area where it's not like it is now.
There's an island between Washington and Oregon. It's called Government Island. They should put it on the island and just make it like a little Alcatraz.
I'm down for that idea.
Alligators in the water.
That's a good idea, bro.
That is
a good.
There was a shark because it's I don't know where the term, it's like brackish water where the ocean and the freshwater river when they meet. There was a couple of years ago that maybe we're about 70 miles in from the coast. It's within 100 miles, but there was like a great white shark that made it. It was in the Columbia River way back a couple of years. It was like maybe a decade ago that made it that far.
I swear I heard something like that. It could have been Florida, but I've heard that happen before where a shark went upstream.
It's not rare. It's rare, yeah.
Yeah,
but it happens. Rare. That's why I never go in the river.
Oh,
they have a good meal.
Going to the Clackamas River.
I'm just trying to think, like, there's so much. It's like a bunch of characters. It's like a show almost. You have so many. That's why when Tommy goes to a different place other than ice, it's different because he gets a different group of people who may or may not know him. Like that girl who threw the hot tea in your face. I never even seen her before. No, you probably did.
Oh, we're gonna be doing another college trip soon. It's gonna be.
You want to come to? You should come to U of H with me, University of Houston.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but is it liberal there?
Yeah, I live in a liberal city.
Is there liberal arts? Is it a liberal arts college?
No, it's it's more of like an engineering type of school.
Yeah, Harris County is not like Multnomah County.
Oh, you know it. Oh, you know Harris County. Yeah.
The engineering parts there's a lot of based students in engineering, bro.
Well, that's true.
There's like an engineering part.
But Houston's a liberal city. I mean, it's a blue.
And all the engineer ones were
our mayor.
Based.
The last like 4 mayors we've had have been liberal Democrats, but they have to answer to Greg Abbott. It's a different situation for them here.
We're going to be going back to U of O or Western Oregon University,
which is the one where the guy with the umbrella tried to shove it up your ass for 3 hours, where they followed you around.
That wasn't out of college. That was at the. I'm pretty sure that was at the last mayor's march.
No, that was I'm talking about the guy who like kept plugging the website, like the rap website.
Yeah, that was. That
wasn't at. Was it a park or something?
It was a park. Yeah, I think it was the last not this mayor's march, but the one before that. Yeah, because they were they marched. Yeah, that was at their last mayor's march because Danny Rebel and all them were there too.
You guys do too much. I can't keep everything straight.
Battle of Wilshire Park.
Battle of Wilshire Park.
No, A&M is really considered. They're like country people.
Oh yeah.
A&M is conservative. It would have to be like UT at Austin. That's probably
What's the liberal college in Seattle?
UW.
It's University of Oregon, right?
No, Washington.
University. I want to go there now that I can leave the state. I think that's my.
Is that how? Goal. I mean, like Seattle. Like, how far of a drive was Seattle for
2
you?
hours.
2. Oh, that's right down the road here.
2 hours? That was more like 3.
Is it? I thought it was only.
It was all for nothing. There was supposed to be something that never happened.
On my motorcycle,
I remember.
Only be a couple hours.
Yeah. Well, when you go 200 miles an hour. I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
No. If we do go to like Seattle, it's gonna be I will be with other people for sure. So I wouldn't.
We also have University of Sam Houston here. Or Sam.
So what do you have any plans for 4th of July? Is there anything planned in like Washington or for 4th of July?
I'll hopefully be in Dallas by then. But I think the next one is May 1st.
What's happening then?
It's like May Day, like Labor Day, or it's not Labor Day, but it's like International Workers' Day. It's at Portland. They already put the posters up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no.
4th of July was big last year.
Yeah, I wanted to go to like Washington or somewhere like that for the 4th of July if there's some kind of event. I'm trying to find something to do.
Who you guys think is the main agitator? Because I mean, I know like Pam seems to be like in charge, but who is the main? Is it Chandler?
He's not in charge.
Who is in charge?
No, they're pretty much leaderless. I mean, they have no brains. They got no leader. It's like a group. It's literally a community, like a commune down there.
You think they're all friends? Like the Patriots are friends. You know, Shane and Tinkerton hang out, and Natina and all these guys, Josh and all, they hang out. They're cool. Danny Rebel and all that. You think all the Antifa? You think they're all buddies? Hang out?
Yeah, I mean, like I know. Every time I see like Seth out there, Frog guy, he's with Leilani and what's that fat one? The Lily, the Taco Bell worker.
Yeah.
And then Leilani was at the trial or the court appearance of Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like
that's weird.
So she had she had a rough upbringing, but like where she
hope you feel better.
She's like,
we all had rough upbringings, bro. That's no excuse. A
right.
grown ass person.
But where's she like getting all the money? I mean, unless
acts.
she's like, I don't know where she's finding all this time to go out, and I don't know why she's doing it. Like she's in it with the wrong crowd.
I mean, I don't understand how these people live because I have a job.
There's no redemption for Maceface at this point. You know, there's no saving her.
I told you what I think. I'll tell Ryan. I know what will fix her. There's only one thing. She should immediately. Hey, Leilani, if you're watching for some fucking reason, you should immediately enlist in the United States Marine Corps and leave this place and never look back. That's my advice to her.
Be a good piece of advice.
So, what's your opinion on Richard and how they use him to burn flags and act like an idiot and destroy stuff?
So Richard was doing this in 2022 or 20 like as well. He's just another pawn in their game. I don't think because they don't really see him interacting. Here, hold on, my thing's about to die. Take my headphones out.
Oh shit.
Okay. You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't think they really care about Richard. He has his outburst, but they always try to like hold him back. I think they just ignore him. Like he's in his 60s, and a lot of these kids. Yeah, they're in their 20s and 30s. They don't hang out. I think he lives right down the street from the ice facility, doesn't he?
No, he lives downtown. So he takes the max. He lives downtown he's been living in the same building for like 26, 27 years, rent free.
But he doesn't work.
He doesn't
work.
No.
So how does he get money?
I don't know. It's probably Social Security or crazy and food stamps. Like that's all he's ever gotten because he's lived in the same rent-free building for like literally told me himself for like 26 years, almost 30 years.
And Captain Jerry told me they used to buy him burgers all the time.
Yeah. He said they were trying to kick him out of his apartment because of the bed bugs. His bed bugs were so bad that they were trying to kick him out of the apartment.
Don't touch him. He has bed bugs in his pockets. I'm telling you, he does.
Like,
do not touch him.
Richard, I'm not joking.
Yeah, don't get in it. Bed bugs jump. And if you get bed bugs, you basically have to burn your fucking life to the ground and start it over. There is no getting rid of bed bugs. You cannot get rid of bed bugs.
I don't think I ever seen him wear something different, clothes or his outfit. No. It's always been the same.
I've offered to bring him clothes a bunch of times, but he would just burn them.
Christine, thank you. Christine, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
They suck on your blood while you're sleeping. Yep, pretty much.
So we usually go about 2 hours. We're about to hit the 2-hour mark now. Did we not cover something that you were going to hope we would? Is there something that you want to get out or something you as much time as you want?
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah, no worries. I don't go down to the ice facility every weekend. But if we get, obviously from last weekend, Patriots got assaulted and we couldn't, express our First Amendment right. So I would say those who are listening and live in the Portland area, the next big protest that they're going to have is May 1st, which I don't even know what day of the week that is, but hopefully by then ICE will, it's going in the courts right now. I know Katie's covering it regarding the injunction.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday. Oh, perfect. No. So I know that they still have that injunction. It's going through the Chicken Man or Jack Dickinson, who, by the way, he actually grew up in the same town. He grew up in Lake Oswego, and he doesn't even work. His parents pay for everything. Yeah, and he shows up as ridiculous, the chicken costume, and I even took a screenshot. So the Washington Post did an article. So you type in Washington Post Jack Dickinson online. He actually, after Trump won, he cried. It said that in the article. I was like, wow. He literally cried for a day because Trump won. But yeah,
I
so he's the
cried for a day too. I was so fucking happy.
yeah.
I cried for like a week.
But he's the main plaintiff in the case with the munitions. So hopefully that gets cleared up by then, and hopefully ICE will all this shit you see
the gas,
the car surfing, and then they were throwing shit in the driveway yesterday or the day before. Like this is ridiculous. If you step 1 foot over the line last fall, they would tackle your ass to the ground. You wouldn't be seen again.
Yeah.
So hopefully it goes back, back in that direction. Because there needs to be some kind of accountability, and they can't be getting away with this. But if the Patriots are listening, if you want to show up May 1st and support, because we're only stronger in numbers, and that's the only way they get to enact violence is if they have numbers, they feel emboldened. So
I'll make a post and
okay.
get everybody. I'll make a post tonight and get everybody ready for the first.
Yeah, if you want, if you
of time.
I can show
schedule it.
I can show one of you how to do it, or I can do it, or we can use ChatGPT and make a flyer, and then we can just all share the flyer and get it out there, and just
sounds good.
Let's do it. Yeah,
ChatGPT, just tell it what to do.
Cool.
You've already taught me that. Yeah.
That basically covers that, because nobody should be either side. No one should be assaulted for expressing the First Amendment, and what happened last Saturday was ridiculous, and it really showed the cowardice of the Portland police.
Can Nico sue? Can Nico sue for what happened to her?
I don't know how much money she can sue for, but literally, the lady Kellyanne posted all the evidence online. She admitted it.
That's so fucking bold. That's so bold.
Yeah.
I hope they arrest her. They need to arrest her, because that's assault with a deadly weapon and serious.
She could have died. Honestly,
she got stitches in her head. That's serious bodily injury, and that's a serious felony.
Yeah, in Oregon we have what's called Measure 11.
Yep.
Yeah, and so like a measure was with a felony or felony. Yeah, basically the top one. Yeah. Assault 1, that's like 90 months. Yeah, first degree felony, that's 90 months, day for day, no good time. Second degree is Class B felony, that's 70 months, and it keeps going down. So any Measure 11 crime is day for day. You don't get any good time. It's a long time.
I hope they arrest her.
Yeah.
I thought
Nico is pressing charges too.
Good. I thought there was also I thought there was also some stuff going on over in Eugene. I know JD DeLay was talking about some Eugene stuff. He was trying to go to. I don't know.
Eugene kind of pops up here and there. It's not like Portland, but usually when it does pop off, it goes pretty hard. But it's more random.
Okay.
The campus is like 1 mile away from the federal building, but Eugene police are pretty good. That's their job.
They were pretty cool last time I was there. They were pretty decent as far as I can remember, I think.
This Multnomah County Portland bullshit, like that's basically, I haven't seen any other police or sheriff's office do that. It's just mainly Portland.
Yeah, it's craziness.
Yeah.
It's because they're being told to stand down.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that they're actually listening. But I mean,
that is crazy. You would think there would be one cop that would be like, fuck this, I'm handling this shit. Right?
I'm sure a lot of cops have already left Portland.
Or early retirement.
Maybe.
Like that cop that got reassigned just for telling the truth about Renee. The cop that got they got reassigned. That shit is just pathetic.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I was in LA. There was a transgender dude or woman. I don't know what you call him. I'll post it again. But he was shouting out, "Be like Renee, be like Renee." I'm like, what? You want to get shot, you dumb fuck?
That's crazy.
I'll post it. It was a transgender dude.
That's fucking funny.
It'd be like, be like Renee.
Want to be like Renee.
Yeah, I'll post it again. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, post it, tag me, I'll repost it. That's funny.
Yep, I'm gonna keep rating Myron Gaines until he messages me. Okay. That dude's base as fuck. So yeah, no. Did you have any last final words for everybody? I mean, I know you plugged the Patriot stuff. That's awesome. We'll do the flyer. How can people connect with you? Besides, I know we'll put your X account, but do you have a you have a YouTube channel?
I do. I don't usually post. I posted kind of the highlight clips. It's just my full name.
Okay. So
yeah.
if you want, what we do afterwards is we can do a collaboration officially with you on YouTube. So if you go to like ours with Danny Rebel, it says Climatics TV, Tommy, and Danny Rebel. Okay. So we can do that with you, and so you'll get credit for the video and the
cool
stuff like that. We'll share the view the view.
Yeah, counts. I got an Instagram and
okay, cool. Just
TikTok.
Send me all the stuff, and I'll drop it in the description of the video. And guys, if you wanna do you have like a Cash App or anything? If somebody wants to send you some money, you'd be surprised. Hey, you'd be surprised.
Really?
Our community has deep pockets.
Oh, if they want to, it's just my last name then my first name. It's reversed.
How do you pronounce your last name? We've been debating about this.
Amacher.
Amacher. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just Amacher Ryan. I think that's it.
Okay.
It's not Amacher. It's Amacher.
Yeah, you can say over there. It's Amacher. In Europe, it's Amacher. But
see, I told you it was either or Climatics.
I thought you would care.
No, I don't care.
That's cool. So we'll send me a block with all your link, with all your URLs and all your information, and I'll drop it in the description of the video. Then we'll do a collab with you. So
yeah,
and then we're going to be doing like Thursday panels with Shane and Tinkerton and stuff. So we'll definitely, if you're interested in that, it won't be like an interview thing. It'll just be 4 or 5 of us, 6 of us talking.
Okay.
But if you're interested in something like that, we'd love to have you on for that too at some point.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Chad. I'm gonna try to get Chad to come on, and maybe you could come on with me, you and Chad.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Climatics.
Oh yeah, I love Chad. Chad's awesome. Let me see
Chad's a good ass dude.
Yeah, let me see the fan funding. We got Ryan. What year did you graduate high school? My son wrestled in high school. He went to Reynolds High School. Mama Rona.
2008.
2008. Oh my God, I am so old.
It's funny. One of the Antifa. So before I came back, was in LA for a couple months. He came up to me. I won't say who it is, but they're like, he apologized. I'm sure you probably take it back now, but he said, I apologize for giving you so much shit during the fall and summer, because then they had to deal with you, Tommy, and they said that you were worse.
Say that again.
So one of the Antifa guys came up, not well known, but he goes, I'm sorry we gave you so much shit, because then when I left, they had to put up with you, and they said you were worse.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I fucking love it, bro.
Yeah. I'm sure they'd take that back. They would take that back.
But I promise you guys that America was not always like this. I graduated high school in 1996. It was not like this. They didn't give a fuck what color you were. I bet you I dated liberals and didn't even know it. Because nobody gave a fuck who you voted for.
I didn't know nothing about politics.
Bill Clinton was getting blowjobs in the Oval Office, and nobody gave a fuck. He went on Arsenio with a saxophone. Nobody gave a shit who you voted for. Nobody had their identity on their sleeve.
No.
Bill Clinton cannot win the Democratic Party today, in today's Democratic Party.
It's not the same Democrat Party.
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy. Do you think John F. Kennedy would be a Republican?
Yeah. So like RFK is a Republican, basically.
I am not a dinosaur. I'm gonna be 48 in June. Kill me.
No.
Damn, bro, you're getting
fuck, don't even
getting pretty young.
Yeah. I still look fairly. I see other people my age, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? So, should we wish Pam a happy birthday? Today's her 73rd birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Pam.
Happy birthday to you. No, I'm not singing to you, Pam. You got me fucked up.
Pam, you should have better friends than who you hang out with.
Better friends and better life choices.
I
she don't deserve a happy birthday song right now.
I would have her on the podcast, but nobody would watch and she wouldn't come. I tried to get Sandy the dog on. He said no. She said no. Whatever the fuck.
No,
I
because
tried
they
to get
can't
so
hit the
many.
mute button. They
Yeah,
can't hit the
yeah.
mute button. They can't hit the block button. They can't hit
Well,
the
it's like
boot button.
they've,
You know?
like I said before, they've convinced themselves that their feelings equal facts.
Yeah.
What is Sandy's deal? Is he wears a mask, like a dog mask? What? I
Yeah,
don't
to
understand.
cover his identity. That dude, you know, out of everybody there, he's the least that I have to worry about violence.
Right.
And I thought he was like one of the most,
But he's
like,
the most
sensible ones
mentally
because he would have a conversation.
Gr-
But I'm
Griffin's the
starting to
coolest one.
realize that he's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
I like Griffin.
You can't trust him.
Griffin's a good guy.
Yeah, he's been pooching out
Griffin?
lately a lot.
Griffin can't even be there no more.
He was there Saturday.
What?
He was there with Jessica.
Drunk Griffin?
Yeah.
He's not allowed to be within 5 blocks of the ICE facility.
I
Like,
kind of
federally.
figured. Yeah, at least he wasn't making out with her in the driveway. But yeah,
That was
Griffin,
the most disgusting shit I
Yeah.
ever seen in my life. I wanted to rinse my eyeballs out, bro. That shit was
Yeah.
terrible.
yeah. Ugh.
I don't know. I don't know if you were part of this, Tommy. There was one night where they had the encampment set up. It might have been Maceface. Some girl was like leaving the tent on the ground, like adjusting her outfit. I don't remember
that
what.
was like
I don't think it was.
homeless dude. That was that homeless dude that was always barefoot.
Oh,
Whenever I
he
was
was in there
first out
smashing.
there.
Ugh, dude. If it wasn't for you guys, honestly, I don't know how involved you were with all that, Ryan. But if it wasn't for you guys, they would still have all that shit set up.
Oh yeah.
It's because of y'all that got cleaned up. And you have to get no fucking credit for it.
I remember that night that everything got tore down, bro. It was an epic. Everybody was there. There was so many Patriots that we outnumbered them definitely that night. There was so many Patriots out there that night.
It was an open garage sale.
Nick, it was everybody. Yeah, that was a great night.
The last thing I want to ask you.
You can take a leaf blower and
Oh yeah.
blowy costumes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
Hey,
I knew took a leaf blower.
Yeah, that dude. I remember that dude that took the leaf blower and it didn't even work, bro. I remember that dude.
About that.
Hey, so why do you think Will Tifa waited until I couldn't go to ICE no more before he went out there?
You just answered the same. You just answered it.
He's a coward. I didn't like him from the beginning.
No, that was my girl from the very start.
I interviewed
She was like,
him.
something's wrong with that dude from
Why
the
didn't you
very
tell me?
beginning. And I should have listened. I've learned to listen to my wife when she says, "Hey, you probably should distance yourself from that person." I'm 100% cutting them off, like, because she's got that spidey sense.
Will reminded me of a Esther off of Lord of the Rings, one that works.
Yeah. Oh damn.
He's like he had the little P Diddy dolphin teeth. Like
were you watching
the penis lobe ears?
Were you watching when my friend Spooter Mickey Spider Mike punked him out, made him leave?
Yeah,
were you
that
watching?
shit was funny.
Oh, I didn't see it.
He screamed at him, told him to get the fuck off.
Yeah, he showed up there not too long ago and he tried to be all buddy with Pam and Mike and they ran him off. They punked him out and was like, "Get the fuck out of here." And he put his head down.
Oh, Will,
and
yeah.
left
I saw
hella
that.
quick.
Yeah.
That shit was funny, dude.
They've done the same thing to a few people.
That shit was funny.
So I guess they only have morals on some days of the week, I guess.
Yeah, some days. Well, nobody wants somebody like Will around them.
No.
You know? Nobody wants that type of person around them.
It's like you can not like Tommy,
He
you can not
stands
like
for
me,
nothing.
but you gotta get a hat that said "fuck MAGA." Like you're turning your back on your country. It's one thing you don't like Tommy and me and all the Patriots. Fine, you don't like us personally, but you can. There's somebody else who we had a falling out with, and I won't bring his name into it, but he never turned his back on his country. He's a jackass, and I don't like him, but he's still a patriot. Like these people are turning their back on America because they don't like Tommy. That's so weird to me.
Yeah.
He was never part of MAGA. He was never for America first. He was always for himself first. You know, he was just trying to get something for himself.
Yep. I
always wondered, like, when you guys went out to dinner, you always paid for him.
I paid for everything for that fool.
Yeah.
He didn't have
I bought him a $130 camera, wearable tech.
And all he did was give me a fucking headache, bro.
And he scammed Amazon and told him he didn't get it so he can get a second one.
Yeah, he did that a bunch of times with a bunch of shit. He texted me the other day from a random number and sent me a screenshot of his Amazon bank account, his Amazon gift card balance, like bragging, like, hey, look what I made off of you guys. Like he's so pathetic, bro.
That's so
I
weird.
I thought it was so funny. Right after that protest in Berkeley with Turning Point was it November? He was coming up with like a grift list or trying to get money to go to like protests like that. I'm like, what the fuck were you do, Will? Like,
Yeah,
really?
pepper spray some teenager or something,
Yeah.
and like it.
For real.
Yeah. It's crazy. And then he wants to talk shit all the time after everything that dude did.
Yeah, he lives down by the river, doesn't he?
He lives
in a van down
he
by the
lives-
river.
Yeah.
He used to live in a fucking tent down by the river.
Oh, with a
last
tent,
time I
okay.
knew-
Oh no, we know where he lives because Tommy went to his front door and he hid inside with the lights off like a little bitch.
Yeah, I wanted my blanket.
Oh, that was the blanket. That was the blanket night.
that's right.
That was
Yeah,
the quilt night.
I was pissed that night. I was like, all right, we're leaving.
You still have that quilt somewhere, right?
I do. It's gonna go up behind me.
Oh, that's what you
Little
should
fire
hang
stick.
behind you.
Yeah, it's super heavy, and it's hard to do it right here.
Yeah, well, you can get some clips that the clips go into the wall and they just clip onto the quilt so it won't ruin the quilt. I'll send you a link.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Give me my blanket. Yeah, for real. I was pissed that night. I was ready. Man. And the cops were useless. They were like, well, we're not going to confront him and let him harm us or himself or someone else for a blanket. You mean you're going to let this fool keep my stolen blanket? I was pissed, bro. That fool hid like a coward.
So, Ryan, you're not, are you live when you're out there? Are you just recording video for later or do you?
He usually isn't even recording when he's
Oh,
out
you
there.
just go out
Yeah.
there, fuck it, everybody. Well, if you're out there with Shane, he's recording. I mean,
Well, my cousin records.
Yeah.
oh, you have a cameraman. Okay. You're big,
Yeah.
you're big shit. I didn't know
His
that.
cousin is
Cool.
somebody you know.
Oh,
Well, you don't know her, but
oh,
you know her.
okay. Tell me later.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
She blends in better than I do.
I'm really
She
good at
blends
getting.
in, but they're starting to notice her, even
Yeah,
when she's
yeah.
But she's pretty great.
It took them till 10 o'clock when like everything was cleared out, and then what's his face? Freya, the little elf
Yeah.
from Lord of the
Shawn
Rings?
Michael bit good.
Yeah.
What? So hold on. Breaking news: Iran has fired missiles at 5 different countries.
What?
What the
They
fuck
just
is
signed
this?
the-
Is that true? Wait, can we verify this? Is...
You can say goodbye to their bridges and power plants. It's gonna be dark out there for a long time if they did that, because they basically went off. They reneged on the peace agreement they signed.
It's
over
only
there.
been 2 hours.
No way that's true.
Cannot trust it.
All right.
That's crazy, yo. These. Oh
Oh,
boy.
I can't hear him.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I got a couple. What else? Is there anything else? About to head to dinner right now.
No, we can
Yeah.
end it, guys. Thank you so much for
Oh, yeah.
joining the Town Hall Tuesday. Please,
Yeah, it was great. I had a good time.
thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you so much for giving us your time. I know time is something you cannot get back, so we really appreciate your time, guys. If you want to connect with
What's
Ryan,
your X account
yeah,
again? Yeah,
it's just Ryan. And your first and last
Ryan
name. Right?
Amacher, right?
Yeah, there's no spaces. It's RHEIN AMACHER on X.
Yeah, we'll put it in the
All right.
description of the video, guys.
Okay.
Once we upload the
Go
videos,
follow Ryan if
go
you're already not doing it.
follow him. Send him a hey. Look, if you're generous and you got deep pockets, send him a little cash app. Tell him how much you appreciate what he's doing because he
I
is
do
a
pretty well
patriot.
for this. Okay.
That's okay. Hey, so
I
do
hope-
I. So do I. They still send me money, dude.
Hopefully, I'll be in Texas in about after the runoff.
Oh, cool. Well, if you're anywhere near Houston, all you gotta do is say
Yeah.
the word, and I'm in the car on the way.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
God bless you guys.
Thank
Hey,
you, guys.
We're rating
Yeah,
Arturo
yep,
Daily
we're-
Discourse.
we're gonna
so go
rate-
send
yep.
some love to Arturo.
We're gonna raid Myron Gaines over on Rumble, and then we're gonna raid Arturo on YouTube. So we
Yeah.
will do that. Okay. Thank you so much,
Great.
everybody, for joining us. Once again, Thursday, 2 days from now, guys. It's gonna be me, Shane Tinkerton, and quite possibly maybe Danny Rebel. We haven't talked to him, but he's in the chat. Hi, Danny. What are you doing Thursday, Danny?
Hold on a
You
second.
want to come talk about maybe Scuba Steve too? We'll figure something out for Thursday.
Don't end my live yet. I'm gonna raid Chris Sims since you're raiding Arturo.
Okay.
Wait, Chris isn't even live.
Oh, they do a lot where they scheduled the lives. All right, Ryan, take it easy, man. Have a good one. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna raid Ben Dykes.
Cool. Oh, is he live? Okay.
Yeah.
Myron Games.
Hi.
Okay, confirm raid. Okay, there it is. Okay, hey, thanks for coming to Town Hall Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace.
Love you guys.